live. All right. Got one more thing to get running here, but hey, if you're here and you're not a bot and you're not playing, welcome to Roleplay Give. We're playing Against the Giants, a classic 5e adventure from I think actually the late 70s originally, and then reissued in the early 80s, and then reissued yet again as part of Tales from the Yawning Portal. Uh, this group of adventurers have been playing together since the beginning of the Salt Marsh anthology, which we finished a couple months ago, uh, and decided to take it all the way to level 20. So here we go. Um, so I have one more clip to make uh, because I'm missing something here, and otherwise, we're just going to pick up with where we left off. But while we do this, while I clip, if everybody could go through, introduce their character, and the last thing that they remember their character doing before we called it a night 2 weeks ago. And I don't care who starts. If you guys want to just jump in, that'd be cool. I knew that was going to happen.
I mean, I would start, but I have absolutely no memory of where I left off.
I know, we were having a drink together. So Meriwether, who I play, is a Furbolg Ranger Druid.
Nice.
And she and Elva, which is your character, Ed, decided
Thank
to
you.
go
I did remember that much.
talk to the king. And then after we had that conversation where we were invited back tomorrow at 1 p.m. and encouraged to maybe find alternate apparel, we decided to go get a drink. So there's
Yeah.
my character and what we're up to.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm Elva Willispark, a Aasimar Eldritch Knight fighter, and I'm also having a drink.
It seems like cheating to me. I'm not sure why.
We were given
well,
a task and we discharged it.
It's true. So I'm playing Robespierre, a level 12 Huanti Hexblade Warlock. And I am at a magician's store trying to figure out what the heck this spider attuned connected bracelet is capable of doing.
Nice.
With robes and with our fellow tiefling friend, who I'll let introduce himself next. But
Nice, thank you.
I am shopping with them. We sold some plate armor, and I would probably be busy trying to stay on task with investigating the bracelet with Volkir, while also having a hard time not talking about how sad I am that I missed out on seeing T-Rex's mating during our overnight stay in the forest.
Yeah, it was a lost opportunity.
I know, Vela's bummed. Oh, right, and I'm Vela. I'm a clear rogue. A cleric rogue.
My character's name is Newbin Hammerhalter, and shopping sounded vaguely familiar, so I was going to jump in there at some point, I think. But selling, buying, all of this good stuff. And I just want to point out for the record, for anybody who might be listening, that they're both lying because they are using this as an opportunity to try to check each other out more because yeah, they've been flirty and all this kind of stuff, and I probably went shopping just to get in the way of that. Make it just that much more awkward for them.
That's fabulous.
I tried to make my first Twitch clip of the my quarries not whatever. So I was laughing so hard at that. But I couldn't. It didn't work. I don't know how to do it. I'll have to
You
figure
don't know
it
how
out
to
later.
quit. Oh man, I'll go in and get one.
All right. So, we are picking up. We decided we would pick up directly with those who were going into Fulkir's possessive with no possession. It was a sort of Victorian-looking shop with a large glass front window, storefront window. It has all kinds of signs in it, like half off spells. You want this spell? I'll do it for you on Thursdays at like 1/3 off. There was, I believe, it says open. I don't believe. I know it says open on the sign on the door, and then I believe I described a bit of candlelight in the front room. But otherwise, it's dark.
What day is it?
It is the equivalent of Friday, and I do not know the O Earth calendar.
Well, I'm just checking to see if it's spell happy hour. Like, sounded like we missed out.
Well, the spell was only for True Strike, and it has a really short shelf life, and he doesn't got a lot of takers on it.
Got it. Just want to make sure it wasn't Thursday.
Nope, I think I described you guys at it's a early summer evening. The city of Neildra is, it's not a festival day or anything, but everybody's having a weekend night. There's families around. It's not like super sketchy where you're at or anything like that, except for you did run into somebody trying to do a little bit of purse lightning, named Carloman, the halfling. But it's just it's a lovely evening. It smells like jasmine on the air. Summer breeze.
Makes me feel fine.
That's what I thought.
A lovely smell, don't you think, Ropes?
Doesn't suit me, to be honest. I kind of miss the styes. Sort of musky, pungent sort of thing.
Noob, do you like it?
Nah.
Oh, fine.
I
Who
like
likes the
beer.
smell of sulfur?
Yeah, and beer.
So it looks closed. Is that what you're trying to imply, Paul?
The sign says open. There's one candle lit in there. You don't see any movement, but it's you can see sort of a flickering light. There's shelves and all kinds of, like, if you're peering up against the glass and looking, you can see that there's just all kinds of bric-a-brac, items of all kinds of rolled on the trinket table in the player's handbook kind of crap in there. And then sitting at a counter on a stool, you see a bent conical wizard's hat that's crumpled onto the counter, and it appears that somebody is napping on the counter.
Ooh, guys, there's bric-a-brac. I love bric-a-brac. Can we go in?
I don't see why not. It's a shop, right? And I'll just try the door to walk in.
Good job, Paul. Good job. You were gonna need that table.
As soon as I said it, I'm like, I don't have that table loaded into Foundry yet.
I almost Googled it.
Better get it out. There it is. Page
So it's Fulkiers with an
160.
apostrophe?
It is Fulkiers with an apostrophe.
Grocer's
After
apostrophe?
the S
Grocer's apostrophe.
or before the S?
Before the S.
Okay. Got it.
Oh, I was expecting it to be folk ears. I don't know why.
Oh.
That'd be kind of neat.
I did.
It's a band name, actually.
Is it?
No.
It is now.
Definitely could be.
So does so is it locked or are we able to get in?
It's actually full care. But this is what you see.
Oh, that's not even a little bit.
That's what I got
Oh, yeah.
off of fantasynamegenerator.com.
Ooh.
Got it.
Folk
Yeah.
air is way better.
All right.
Okay. We tingle the bell.
Ding 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 ding. Doesn't.
Whose bells? Are you flirting again?
Well, no, but you open the shop door.
Yeah.
Yeah, I opened the door for
Yeah.
sure.
Ding, ding, ding,
I
ding.
tried to.
Door opens just fine, and you hear like a. Oh, red eyes.
Should
Excuse
I
me.
leave because I have red eyes?
Do you think we should let him sleep while we shop and just kind of listen to hear what else he talks about?
No,
Well,
watch
I
this.
thought you were going to suggest.
And
that we
Noob is going to
sleep.
walk right up to the counter, really, really quietly. By the way, everyone, Noob has red eyes. So I'm going to really quietly walk up to the counter, and I'm going to walk right up there, and asshole teacher style, I'm going to slap the top of the desk as hard as I can.
Okay, so as soon as you slap it, he jumps up, looks at you, and goes, "Who's Gellin?"
He says, what?
Who's Gellin? But he screams it in your face.
And I'm just going to kind of stand up straight and turn around and look at the two of them and be like, did you guys hear that?
I'm hiding behind a shelf so that folk here can't see me.
Okay.
So, Newbin looks like he's talking to one person as in a plural.
He said Gellin, right?
Yes.
Who's Gellin?
Who's
like,
Gellin?
Who is Gellin?
Yeah. And then he just Rada. No, not the same. Okay. Whew. Hello, I am here to help you. I'm sorry I took a small nap there.
Is he like code switching?
No, I just was. What? I code switch? I'm not familiar with this term.
His Who's Gellin was very much more like had much more gravitas and.
I'm not sure I could do that voice in a script.
Okay.
I have a cold right now or something. Maybe COVID. I don't know, but it's making me hack.
Oh no.
And so I don't want to.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Don't want to try to
I'll
go.
just say,
Who's going? Yeah, no, I should have done that.
I force it out of you. I say, you seem to be having a little bit of a nightmare, my friend.
Oof. Yeah, you can say that again. No, it's really hard.
Well, I happen to be an expert on dream interpretation, by just the happenstance. So, just for fun, do you mind to tell me what you saw so I can give you my interpretation of it?
Oh, I don't. Are you planning to buy something?
Yes, actually, and I will. I can't remember who has who has the bracelet. Is it in the bag of holding?
You have it.
I have it.
You just
Okay.
you just haven't attuned to it.
Okay, so I've got like a little bag because I was scared it's cursed. I know I didn't want to touch it, so I'll just say like, well, I have more of a service in mind. We have this artifact that we'd like to have identified, but
Excuse me.
humor me, friend. You mentioned something about red eyes.
Oh,
Is it possible that you foresaw my friend here?
Oh, no. This was well, what I was dreaming was I was dreaming of the moon over the good hills. It was falling fast. And then I felt the wind through my hair. He doesn't have any hair. And I could feel like power, invigorating power. And then I felt myself leaving my body, and I looked down, and it wasn't me. It was an elderly woman with sort of streaked gray, greasy hair. She's wearing rags. She's barefoot, but she's running through the woods without like I would like stick, rock. Yeah, but she didn't care at all. She just ran through it, and she was just single focused. And then she looked at me in the dream, and she went, Gellin. And I was like, ooh, who's Gellin? And then you were here.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's quite a strange dream, but all the symbology is there that you are feeling some repressed guilt about how you treat your fellow men and women, and maybe you want to do some good deeds, but you feel repressed.
You can choose persuasion or deception.
Oh, deception, 100%.
Okay.
I don't know if it makes much of a difference, but all right, it's all the same.
Well, I don't.
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, not all of my dreams make me feel weirded out like that. I mean, they're all strange, but like, okay, you seem interested. My last dream, I was in a peanut butter eating competition with two cats. And the one cat that won, because I lost very badly, the cats just cleaned out the peanut butter. And then I, excuse me, uh, and then I just remember feeling like that cat really was dynamite. And then the last thing I remember, well, maybe this goes to your point though, but I remember the trophy the cat won was very nice, and I was super jealous of the trophy because I haven't won many awards.
Well, I would say that I think that my interpretation has some connection to this cat dream. That first cat, he's was eating peanut butter. Peanut butter is in the dreamology world is symbolic of yearning because of the sort of
Inherent yumminess?
yes, because of the yumminess that people yearn peanut butter. So
This they
our
do.
psyche sort of embedded it that way, and a trophy is obviously symbolic. I'll just go on for a
Right.
few more minutes.
So I appreciate
Are
that.
you letting him off the hook so he doesn't have to finish interpreting the cat peanut butter dream? I feel like that's not okay.
I'm all right with it.
The
What?
trophy represents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a cigar?
I feel like Paul has used this to try to get us to decipher one of his dreams, though.
Paul hates dream interpretation so much.
With
That's why I think he
passion.
built it into the role
It's-
play just so that he could,
It's
he didn't have to just
toss-up.
ask about it.
No.
He likes it about as much as he likes a cappella groups and Jimmy Buffett. It's probably up there with an a cappella group singing a Jiffy Buffett song.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and Rob's
Jiffy Buffett, was that some kind of weird tongue-in-cheek thing, Dusty?
Jiffy
The peanut
Buffett.
butter Jiffy Buffett.
Yeah.
Did I?
Jiffy Buffett?
Probably.
It
Freudian slip.
it would be an a cappella Jimmy Buffett singing the peanut butter sandwich song. That would be what it would
Peanut butter
be.
jelly song.
I hate.
Peanut butter jelly time.
Yep. Nope. Don't do it. Anyway, we'll get sued. No, we won't. It's in the public domain.
You're gonna sue us for emotional damages.
Yeah, it hurts. But no, he listens for a while, and then I wanted to check in actually to see what Newman and Vela were doing in the room, in the space.
Noob's standing there listening to all of this, just looking completely confused, like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Okay.
Bela is
Yeah.
tucked between the shelves, listening, but also skimming the shelves for anything interesting.
Roll a d100.
I get to roll.
You said this was a magic store, right?
Well, it's advertised as such.
Okay.
You find it's like a it's a like a you had this when you were at JMU, and you would spin it and it would have little decisions on it, the silver metal thing.
Oh, a decision wheel?
But it's a multicolored
But at the top?
stone disc. And so there are 6 colors on it. And it sort of is on a top, and it looks like it falls with one of the things showing.
It's how many sides?
6.
It's a 6-sided die.
Sort of, but it's a 6-sided top more than anything. But yeah.
But also, I could play Twister.
Yes, with
Okay.
2 more colors than you normally would have.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great game of Twister. Okay. I am still where I'm at, staring at the top, but still listening attentively.
Okay. So then he, as he gets done with, and he, well, I don't know. I had, these dreams have gotten sort of really problematic for me. I even went to see the priests of Istus to, to find out if they had you know any like prayers or divine magic, because my own magics have not been able to stop all the dreaming. I'm an enchanter, not a diviner, and this must stop. Must stop.
At this point, Noob will kind of slide in and say, "You're an enchanter. What sort of things do you sell?"
Well, I sell things that help you make decisions, and I sell um, potions that help you feel like a little stronger than you would have felt otherwise. And I sell sort of, just I'm not really a weaponsmith, so to speak. And he's looking at you guys, I don't really do weapons, but I do things that like, and he holds up two rocks and he goes, "These two rocks can talk to each other once a day."
Pop around the corner. He sells this awesome top, guys. It's got 6 colors on it. Does it do anything fancy?
Yes, it spins, and what it lands on will give you an idea of whether or not you're making the right decision.
Is it enchanted?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it... Oh, interesting. All right.
It casts augury spell.
Nice.
It's not really. I don't know how the 6 is going to work. I just am forcing trinket with augury.
Nice.
Only works once per day.
So we need some information,
Mm-hmm.
and I can commune with a god to ask information for you.
Whoa.
So I'm wondering if we show you what we need information on, in return for free information, I'll offer 3 questions to Dalt about your dreams. Your choice what they are.
That's not really free, though. I mean, I am getting something out of that. Just want to clarify. Seems like we're just bartering and not exchanging gold. We're exchanging services.
Yes, you're right. Yeah. It's a service. I would also really like this top.
Well, I've already, the priests of Istis have already spoken to Istis on my behalf. I don't know what Dalt
What
would
does
tell
he
me.
know?
But Dalt is the keeper of secrets.
Dalt is the keeper of doorways and locks and.
Well, that's the same thing, isn't it?
Well.
Perhaps the meaning of your dream is behind a locked door.
Oh,
and it's going to need Dalt to unlock it.
That's pretty deep, man. Okay.
That's just how I roll.
Okay, well, all right, deal. But
so the top and information in exchange for 3 questions.
Nope, the top is separate.
Oh. What about if you like the answers?
You did kind of throw the top in there randomly. Oh, and also this top.
I'm giving you information, you're giving me information using our magics to do that. I don't...
Fine. Okay. All right. Do you have a chair?
Somewhere. And he goes over and there's like a bunch of like dolls and like that are set up creepily, like sitting there like staring off into the distance. He just picks them up and he's like, Eunice, Patrice. He just puts them all on a shelf and then he's got the chair there.
Nobody likes you, Patrice. Yeah. Okay, I'll sit here, and while I'm sitting here preparing the spell, you can consider what 3 questions you want to ask about your dream.
Okay.
And I'm going to ritual cast it.
Okay. You take the 10 minutes to do that. He's already knows his question, so he will start ritually casting Identify.
All right, I'll open up the bag and kind of like shake the bracelet loose on the table, making careful that no one touches it.
That was creepy how Arlo's back just slowly creeped into the picture. Oh, look at that face. Okay. All right. So as he gets to the end of the ritual, and you get to the end of yours, because they both take 10 minutes, he holds his. Oh, I'm sorry. He's got to hold it, right? Uh, and so you put it in his hands, and he gets about halfway through the ritual, 5 minutes into it, and all of a sudden his eyes start fluttering. And he just head to the ground. He's and you can hear him snoring.
Shit. I didn't think about them having to touch it to identify it.
Newman's just gonna kind of kick him a little bit, not hard or anything like that, but just try to wake him up and be like, "Hey man, are you okay?"
Must be 8. The 8 together. Three are found. When the 8 are joined, they form the gate.
So while he's down there, Nubin's gonna lay down in front of him, and just like he's facing him,
Mm-hmm.
like real close,
Okay.
so that when he wakes up, Noob is all he sees again.
Okay.
He's gonna drool on you.
Not that close. I don't know how you sleep at night, but not that close.
So he's out for the next 5 minutes, and then he wakes up and his eyes flutter and ah! It's too close. That's too close.
And I'm just gonna say, like, does your interpretation of magical items always involve sleep?
I every time I have something there, I don't know, it's only been for the last year or so, but I have these dreams, and some of them come true, and some of them, I'm not a diviner. I'm an enchanter. But I don't know, sometimes I think maybe something went wrong, and maybe I don't want to be a diviner. I studied enchantment, but
I think you might have had a little divining brain fart there somehow.
Yeah. I don't know. The guidance counselor told me I should have studied, evocation, because all the best jobs are in evoking because of fireball, But
Yeah, fair.
yeah,
It's a pretty cool spell.
it's got its moments. Not so great if you're trying to get people to be friends. You don't want to blow up your friends. But
Or if you're in a wooden house.
also good pro tip. Yep. And so he holds it up and he goes, "This is this is and he sort of kind of starts rubbing on the bracelet, and he pulls it and it turns into a web. Uh and all of the things that had locked it together, like all these little dewy balls that I'd said were on it, kind of like like doodads that would be on a bracelet. Yes, I know I said dewy balls. God damn it. Anyway,
Again, I didn't say anything.
no, but I looked at Dusty's face and I saw Robin was holding it together too. And... Anyway, so it pulls up and it becomes a web. And he says, what this will do now is the wearer can basically have the ability to walk on walls or ceilings or climb as a spider. It will also function along the lines of, say, a cloak of the mountebank once per day. But what you have here is one of 8. I don't know how I know that, Bart, but I do. There's 8 of these, and I don't know. They do something when all 8 are together. I don't. felt like I dreamt something, but I don't know.
Hmm.
Anyway, super spidery.
That's quite powerful. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. Okay, my turn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready.
Whoa, you got spooky. Okay. Um, should I be a diviner?
Should he be a diviner?
And Dalt goes to you. Yes. Yes, he should.
The answer is decidedly so.
Oh. Is there still a chance for evocation?
Should he bother staying with evocation at all?
I thought he was an enchanter.
He is an enchanter. He's still hoping for that fireball. Um,
Okay.
uh, no, he would blow himself up. That would be bad.
That would result in your death. No.
Oh, holy shit! This is way more useful than Istis. Um, okay. Um, why have I started dreaming so much?
Why are his dreams telling truths?
He wasted that question because see answer one. He's a diviner. He isn't using his gift. It's manifesting in his dreams.
I suddenly really like Dalt. If this is how he talks all the time, by the way.
Oh yeah, he does. Ah, it is in your nature to divine. And because you have not been divining, your body has been taken over by your true nature in your dreams. Your subconscious longs to be released. Let it out!
Man, I've wasted so much time. Well, thanks. That answers a lot of good questions. I really appreciate it.
One quick question.
Mhm.
You've seen a lot of magical people. Do you think what I just did was something that would fall into the realm of occultist?
I'm giving him like a subtle, don't say that, face.
So is Noob.
um, uh, no, I think it's totally normal. I think there's like, look, there's lots of ways to be magical, and what is important is how you intend to use it. Like I was making silly doodads that told you your fate, even though I was enchanting them to tell them your fate, which is clearly a divination thing. Um, but like I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm not giving people the power to will people to do bad things or charm people or have them fall in love when they don't want to fall in love with you. None of that stuff. But
People can do that?
yeah, but
Oh, I see this going badly.
you shouldn't do that. That's sort of culty. So if you're doing that, then I'm sorry, guys, don't hurt me. But then you're culty. But if you're not doing that, then you're not. You're fine. I think.
Okay.
I don't know. You seem okay to me. Oh God, I'm so tired. This is really taking it out on me. Whew.
You should take a nap. Definitely take a nap.
Yeah, will you
Right
guys
now.
flip the close sign?
Wait, how much do I owe you for the top?
Oh, you want the top still?
Well, yeah,
Okay.
it's cool.
Okay. Well,
If I spin it, does it always cast, or can I just spin it?
it will cast once a day. If you keep spinning it, it might break. So you spin it only when you want to use it.
All right.
Bear in
If
mind,
you
he
keep playing
is not
with
a
it, you'll go
craftsman.
blind.
And Augury's not that powerful of a spell, so I would part with it for 30 gold.
All right. I'll give him 30
It's
gold.
still magic, so
What
Okay.
else has he got in the shop?
roll
Noob would like to look around.
a D100, and I will see what I can come up with on the fly.
A D100. $79.
79. Oh. Um, So you it's under you start looking around and the dolls catch your eyes. You go to the doll area and underneath it is an invitation. Uh, and it's very old. And he says, so that object there, um, I think I removed the curse for the most part, but that object was from a party where someone was murdered. But what you can do with it now is you can write the name of somebody that you would like to receive a message from you. And as long as they are on this plane of existence, you can write their name and a small message on it, and it will send them the message.
And you can do this as many times as you want?
It's another once per day, or I don't have that much strength. But yeah, once per day.
Tony, did your camera go off accidentally?
No, it's on purpose.
Okay.
I'm drinking a chocolate malt, and I just need a minute because it's not attractive.
Can you just can you cover your camera instead of turn it off?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because otherwise it messes up where everybody goes in the stream.
Oh, my bad.
That's all good.
Thanks.
All right, I was wrong game. There we go.
Yep, perfect.
Wrong game.
Yeah, the other game I'm in, I just turn my camera off when I don't want them to see me.
Oh. Okay. All right. So.
What's something like that cost?
Oh, that one's a little bit more spendy. Mostly because it took me a long time to get the curse removed.
What curse was on there too, by the way?
The person who received the message got hurt a little.
But it's the person who received the message got hurt a little.
Yeah, but I'm assuming, like, I guess you could. It's not. I think it's removed. It might be Fritzy.
Wait, who's Fritzy?
No. That's an adjective, not a proper noun.
So what does something like that run?
Oh, I would part with that for 50 gold.
And can the message be traced?
Well, the person who receives it can write back to you, and you will receive that message back once.
But it's not like they can show up where you're standing. Like they can't.
Here, he takes the card. He takes the card.
It's not geotagged, right?
Oh no, they won't know where you are, but they know it's you.
Okay.
So here, let me demonstrate. He takes the card. He goes, and Wolf, how healthy do you feel right now?
Suddenly, Noob's a little bit skeptical.
Feels very healthy. He's drinking a chocolate shake.
I feel pretty good.
Okay.
I feel pretty good.
All right. So he writes, "Hello, Mr. Devilman, who woke me up." And then he closes the invitation, and the invitation, you get in your hand. It just appears in your hand, a spectral version of the invitation. You open it up, and now I need to flip a coin. Well, no, I'm going to roll a d6. Sorry.
Isn't there a way to flip a coin?
There is, but I don't want it to be 50-50.
RC. One RC.
Okay. So you open up the thing, and it just says, "Hello, Mr. Devilman, who woke me up." And then a little pen appears next to it, and spectral pen, and you can write back into it. It's now blank now that you've read it.
I'm just gonna write hi.
Okay, and then he shows you that his thing now says hi.
And you don't have to roll the dice for you?
No, because he sent the message, so it's only the receiver who's getting the spectral note.
Oh yeah, I want this. $50. Here you go.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna barter.
All right, Tony. This is how it works. It's basically working like the sending spell, except but it's written instead of audio, and it shows up like I just demonstrated with the spectral note. But because it's possibly broken, we have to roll a d6, and on a 1, the person will take 1d4 psychic damage because he
Okay.
didn't completely remove the curse.
So I've got the 50 gold in my hand, and I'm handing it to him, and I say, "Wait." And I swear I had a question 4 seconds ago. What was it? You does does the person sending the message get notified that it was received by the other person if we're not standing right here? If they don't reply.
Oh, if they don't reply, then
So if
you.
I sent this note to Ed and Ed wasn't with me, would I know that Ed received the message
Oh no.
even if he didn't
Leaving you
reply?
on red? Is that what you're
Right.
asking?
If it yeah, if it goes unread or he doesn't respond, you don't know.
All right, I'll still take it. I give him the $50.
Okay.
So all of these different things you have are very interesting. Clearly a sign of your burgeoning divination powers. But I was curious if you had something or knew of a way to trick something, a kind of bespoke magical item, so to speak.
He cracks his knuckles. What are we talking about?
I'm curious if you've ever heard of a quiver of unending arrows. A quiver that you can pull arrows from, and when you shoot them, they just keep giving you more.
Is that the DMG?
Yeah, I don't know if that's a real thing or not.
I don't either. I mean, I'm making up
Seems like it
these.
should be.
I'm making these other ones up, but I'm using like level 1, level 2 spells, level 3. So, I just want to know how rare that is.
Almost like an arrow of returning or something, or
Oh, arrow.
quiver of unending. I don't know. I'm not sure what it would be.
Well, that would be mostly
I don't even answer.
Says wondrous.
Oh, the
Wondrous.
arrow of returning. Well, they're all wondrous. Is
Might
it
be
rare?
might be homebrew.
It might be homebrew.
The quiver of unending arrows.
Quiver of endless arrows, 5e equipment. Rare +1, very rare +2, legendary +3. 20 arrows or bolts. When one is removed, another magically appears.
It is on a homebrew page.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I don't have a
It's all
problem
good.
with that, but that would be expensive, and also he would need to make a referral. He is not a conjuring. He's
Mm-hmm. That's what I was really angling for, was referral.
well, I guess you could try. Most of the other magic item dealers in town don't really talk to me. But you could try Annabelle's.
And the bells.
Yeah.
Okay.
Annabelle Sharp, but her store just says Annabelle's. With an apostrophe. I've modeled mine after hers. Her store is in, and I'm gonna make sure this is available to you guys. Her shop. You guys are currently in the old town.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the old town, and Mary and Elva are. They can tell me, but they went all the way over to here.
Oh, you know what? I just realized I don't have a token on that map.
Oh,
Yeah, nobody does.
Nobody does, so nobody sees this, right?
Dun dun dun. Yeah.
I see where you
No,
ping,
but
but it's really
yeah, I can
dark.
see here.
I find that like mildly annoying that you have to have tokens on maps like
I
this.
You
want
don't
to
have
be
to.
on Boner
You don't
Reach.
have to. Just turn on
Boner
vision.
reach. How do you turn on? Oh, just turn on vision.
Yeah, it's in the map settings, like where navigation is and stuff. You can
And
turn
you
off
got a
like
boner
fog blur.
each.
I don't want to. I want to
Navigate.
do it seven stairs. That sounds better.
Hmm. It's where the fog of war stuff is.
Can everybody see now that I've clicked that button?
You have to
No,
hit
yeah,
save.
maybe
I've seen no change.
Oh, save change.
Yeah,
Now I
it's
can see
fiddly.
it.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll take Elva and. Okay.
Now I can see the whole map, but it's darker.
I
Oh,
can see nothing. Oh, wait. I feel like something's changing.
all right.
Everything's changing.
The castle where King Kimbertascati is right here. You guys are over here, and Elva and Mary went to get a drink, and they could have gone anywhere in the military district or over into Easttown.
I don't think we were particular. We maybe the first tavern we saw on the way out of the castle.
Pretty much. Yep.
Okay. All right. Anything you guys want to have been doing during that extended RP session there?
Still no token, by the way.
I didn't.
I
Put the
can't see anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
It says I'm not there.
I know
Yep.
because I took the tokens off because you said they didn't need to be there.
No, they
Oh.
don't. I just like my name. Oh no, my name is there now. I'm
Yeah,
supposed to be able to see it. I don't know why I can't.
There's two settings, and one of them's like unrestricted token vision, and there's another one that's like
Yep.
I don't know what the fuck it's. There's two of them though, and I always that's it. Whatever you just picked is it.
You
No, I have it. Yep.
take token
I always-
vision off and
No,
then
I'm
put
good.
That's what it
unrestricted
is, yeah.
vision on.
That's what it
Oh,
is. Yeah, I always
okay.
hit both, and I don't know which one is the one, but I just do both.
Okay, so I'll do it one more time. This is the castle
Sorry.
where you guys are. No, you're fine. It's my fault. This is the castle where you're at. We're gonna say you guys just went drinking down here in the military district, just having a drink, and the rest
You
of you
really should have gone to get a boner each.
and you guys and the rest of you guys are over here in Old Town.
Well, I wouldn't want to go get one each if we couldn't bring them back to everybody. And I hear they only give you one each.
I knew I should have just kept. I liked all of the other ones. Like it generates all of them at the same time, and I kept clicking till I found. And I'm like, I like all these other
Too bad
names.
you can't lock in the ones you like.
Yeah,
Or
I
re-roll the
could have
others.
gone. I could have gone in and renamed this one something I liked, but I didn't want to. I was trying to do this quickly. Anyway,
It's fabulous.
I just think it's interesting that you have to leave the pants to get to Borna Reach. I mean, this city. You got to leave the city walls to get to Borna Reach.
I am gonna say that that's where the city cemetery is. So
Nice.
See, the question that I have,
reclaim that
the
term.
question that I have is, would we have made fun of it had you not tried to get out ahead of it?
I wonder.
I did because I forgot about it, and I looked at the map and saw boner,
Uh-huh.
Okay,
and I was like, oh yeah.
then this doesn't need to be a hypothetical.
No, we do know. We do know. All right. So, if Mary and Elva are just going to have quiet drinks, how are you guys? What was the plan for you guys to reconvene? Did you have one?
I want to see Mary and Elva having drinks. I want to see what that's like. Are y'all down to a roll? Well, I won't force it.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
curious.
I'm perfectly happy to. I don't know that. I can't think of what we would. I mean, I'm imagining it's like small talk and
I mean, I don't really usually drink a lot, Elva. Do you have any recommendations?
I don't either. Actually, I'm just sort of learning about it. I tried Robespierre's claw wine, and it was terrible but good at the same time. It's conflicting.
I like it
So-
better when I'm a different creature, to be honest.
I don't have that luxury.
Hmm.
We could. We could experiment, I suppose.
We should just get one of everything and just try it all.
They're very,
We
very.
got a lot of money.
They're very famous for having things like Bloody Marys, but they're made from carrots. Because you're in the Naughty Carrot Tavern.
That
Because
sounds like
Honestly,
where
I
we
would have
end
expected
up.
this to be in Boner Each.
this is what the
This city has a theme?
I-
I don't know.
I just really enjoyed the names that came out of Tavern Name Generator just now.
You know, in the Feywild, when a city has a theme, it feels kind of this way.
Hmm. Yeah.
I
Well,
don't remember visiting one where everything was phallic.
it's not. Yeah. I really. Maybe that makes me a little afraid to meet the king tomorrow. I wonder what he's
Well,
like.
he is going to love my statue, though.
Oh, you have a statue for the king.
Yes, I remember I thought he should have a present, so I found
Yeah.
one.
What does it look like?
Oh, I'll pull out the naughty statue.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Okay.
Wow.
Hey, I'm just catching up a little bit because I realized my Twitch thing was so I could read the Twitch. I have it in the in the overlay now, and I realized I hadn't had it scrolling, so I've missed the fact that there's a conversation going on here. And I forgot to tell you guys that the current reroll mechanic is you may give each other inspiration. I'm stealing this Ed's idea, Ed's mechanic, and you can, but instead of giving each other inspiration, it goes into the reroll pile. So anytime you think somebody's done something awesome, and we have to agree on it, then you get a reroll. That's the mechanic. It's basically giving inspiration, but it's going into an inspiration pot. Does that
Sure.
work for you guys?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'll probably forget to do that, just like I forget to award inspiration when I'm DMing.
Yeah. I will try to remember to give it, but you guys can also just do hey, inspiration for that, and if we agree, then we'll put it in there. So, okay. Sorry.
I'd like to give inspiration to whoever came up with the name Boner Reach.
It was Watabu.
Don't give the DM a reroll. We're gonna die then.
No. I mean the person who programmed Boner Each, not the guy who just clicked the button to make the name come out.
Okay.
Because he's already told us he just tapped it a bunch of times until something came out.
Nice.
Don't you imagine that the website is just a whole lot of first words and a whole lot of second words?
Yes, I am fairly certain that's what it does. Yep.
Dusty, I'm not sure how, but I feel like we would have been good friends in college.
But that does suggest that we narrowly missed out on one of them being called Bone Town.
Oh.
Well, you're assuming the first word isn't boner and the second one is each.
You're right. I was assuming that.
I don't know. Bone Ward is pretty good too.
Yeah.
Bone word.
Bonebrook.
Mile Bone. Anyway, let's just move
The
on.
Bone Mile.
Oh God. That probably does actually come up, I bet. All right, before we go into that now that I said that
All
comes
red lights.
Yep.
up. How were you guys going to reconvene? Did you have an idea for that?
Oh, well, I got this fancy note now.
Oh.
And you can bet your ass you're going to see some use out of this thing.
Okay, once
Too
per
bad
day.
It's already been used today.
Oh, that's right.
Son of a bitch. That is actually what Nubin says when we realize that. Because I took the pen out and I'm like, oh, I can't use it yet.
And Merriweather and I ordered one of each drink at the Naughty Carrot. So we're
Okay.
going to be here a while.
So there's
The Naughty Carrot.
Yep.
How did I miss that this place was called the Naughty Carrot?
It's in the chat.
I don't know, you were kind of
you
fixated
missed-
on Boner
yeah.
each.
My goodness.
Yeah, I took 3 pages of notes of your RP, and you don't even get the name of our tavern. Seriously, dude.
That's awesome.
That was the best insult ever. I love it.
That was pretty awesome. Inspiration.
No, that wasn't a character. That was just an insult.
It still counts.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, yeah, I pulled the Naughty statue out of the bag and I'm showing that to Merriweather. If the town, if he is into phallic imagery as much as the wards suggest, he's probably going to love this.
Did you get that? Is that just something you carry around with you?
No, I got it specifically to give it to the king.
It's, art is very different in the Axewood. This is just, I'm not quite understanding.
I'm still
what
waiting
would
for
you
the
do with
description
that?
of the statue, by the way.
I mean, how do they even get in that position?
Well, I suppose there's some athleticism involved. Um, they must be very, very in shape.
These are those
It did.
days where I remind myself to check that we have the mature audience thing on Twitch.
I,
Can I give Robin inspiration for turning her head sideways?
do you think I have the wrong side up? Should we rotate it?
Well, it's awkward kind of any direction, really.
I mean, when I found it, it was displayed like this, but maybe that's wrong.
Ooh, that is wrong.
Well,
I
I mean,
mean,
there's
not that I'm
wrong,
one to-
but it might be the correct
Oh,
and still wrong.
Well, the king, if you let the king decide, then it'll be the official.
Right. It's for the king. I suppose a king decides the way art should be displayed.
I've granted
Well,
inspiration for this roleplay and the roleplay at Full Cares. So just so you know, you have 2 rerolls.
cross. Well, I think, I mean, considering the nature of this city, I'm sure the king will love it.
And I mean, it seems like fine workmanship. It certainly had pride of place when I found it.
You found it,
Yes.
like, in a museum or something?
No, it was in someone's house.
Oh dear. And now you have it. Does
Yes. Well,
does-
he told us we could take whatever we'd like, so I did.
Well, that is very literal. And hopefully not
Do
at
you
all
think it meant
illegal.
something else?
Well, usually there's sort of a range when someone offers you something.
He said something to the effect of something like, "My house is yours," or something like that, and so I took it.
hmm Well, you didn't take the house, though, did you?
I don't know how I would have.
Okay.
I mean, maybe if we go back there.
No, I mean, because sometimes when people say things like that, it's meant in a exaggerated manner to show emotion rather than, what is literally true for you.
Well,
And
it's
I
very
know
foolish to say that in exactly those words then.
well, to you, yes, because for the rest of us, we might interpret it a little bit different. Like, I don't know. When people say like my house is your house, it's meant as a hospitality thing, not as please evict me from my home and take all my belongings.
Oh no, it would absolutely have meant the second thing where I grew up.
I think
And
there might
people
be,
would have held you to that.
and maybe it's a little different here. It might take some getting used to for you. Like Cora, when she took the mangoes the first day I met her, she got in trouble for that because she had to pay for them. She didn't understand.
Right. Sure.
And now it seems like maybe there's some social conventions you're not understanding about life outside the Feywild.
Well, he shouldn't have said his house was ours if he didn't mean it.
How about we get a signal? If I give you the signal, it means this is not one of those sentences you should take literally.
I mean, I'm not that foolish. I think I could learn.
I know, but that signal will help you learn. Because if you took that statement literally, I'm just trying to. I mean, I don't mean to insult you. I just thought I would offer my assistance and.
No, I'm not insulted. There's certainly a culture shift between the Feywild and the material.
hmm Well, I'm glad you got your gift to give to the king, and with any luck, the king will be glad as well.
I
I
hope
think you
so.
should. We're getting some weird looks, though. You should probably put it back in your bag.
Maybe it's because we have the wrong side up.
Yeah, they're gonna think we're even more like. I feel kind of naive already in this city. This is much different from where I grew up.
It is a lot of people.
There's an awful lot of drinks on the table here.
We are going to need to work quickly.
And they are all
No,
based on root vegetables.
That's the best way I hear. If we just do it really fast, right?
Right.
And then we'll be
So-
able to remember so we know what a favorite is.
So we should race.
Oh, that's an excellent idea.
Okay. Let's say for how many do you guys want to drink?
I don't know. We ordered one of whatever's on the menu.
All right.
so-
Well, there's about 9. So, let's. You guys want to do a race?
Well,
So
I figure in the course of the conversation, I might have got through 2.
2, right? Yeah.
So 7 left.
7 left. If you guys race, and you guys are trying to race each other to get done first, we'll have a con check at the end of each one, and if you fail your con check, the DC goes up for you.
Okay.
And if you fail 3 of them, you puke.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead.
Is it a check or a save?
Let's do saves.
Okay.
All right. So the first one's a DC 10. They'll go up with each drink.
To pull it.
If you fail, you get an additional 1 to your DC.
Oh boy.
Okay. So, Mary, the next DC is 12, but for Mary it's 13.
Okay.
And we have to do 7 of these.
I don't know if we want to do this like this. Do you guys want to just RP it, or do you want to know what happens?
No, I think this is fun.
Okay.
I want to know what happens.
All right, go ahead.
I really don't care for that carrot one. That's
okay.
a little too sweet
This
for me.
this
I
one's
think.
based on a potato.
Okay, we'll try the potato.
No, it's potato vodka.
Okay, I'm better with the vodka, I guess.
All right.
Was the drink called the Naughty Carrot? as well?
Yes. Yeah.
That was
I
the
kinda wanna
first
make
one we
that.
had.
This one is called the Spud. And I let's see. So you made yours just barely, Alva, and then Mary met hers. So you are both now. Well, wait. Mary has a +1 to hers. So the next DC is 14, and Mary's is 15.
Are we going to get to a point where it's mathematically
Technically,
Uh-oh.
it is. I think slamming 7 hard liquor drinks, though, that would even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I got a nat 1 on the third one.
Okay.
Oh no! Oh no! I'm doing fine. Alva, dear, you all right? You look a little green in the
Okay,
gills.
you're both at
What
minus.
what was that one?
You're both at -1. That one was based.
Whatever that is, I don't care for it.
Yes, it was based on turnips, and it was really not good.
Oh no! Oh, let me tell you about the gnomes in the Feywild. Do not trust them. And this was far too reminiscent of their fare.
It's called the Bloody Fool.
I nearly vomited exactly that shot back out.
Ooh.
All right.
My body just flat out rejected it.
Never
next-
trust a gnome.
The next
Well,
one
In the
is
Feywild,
In the Feywild,
they might be fine other places.
find gnomes you can
Uh-oh.
trust.
Oh no, this one was based on Solariac.
Ooh. Let me try. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit behind here. Oh no, we don't like that one, do we, Alva?
you're,
That's
you're
terrible.
both at -2. Here we go. This one.
Somehow I'm beginning to think an entire bar based on root vegetables is a terrible idea.
This
I-
one.
Why people enjoy doing this?
It's like I have hair in my mouth.
You guys
Oh
gonna
my
try
God,
that
I
last
know-
one?
I
That
know
one's
what
called
you're
the Yam
talking
What I Yam.
What?
Gonna try the Yam What I Yam? It's delicious.
Oh, absolutely.
At least it might be sweet.
I hope not as sweet as the carrot one.
Oh,
Oh,
nope, that won't do it. 'Cause they're at 15.
No double digit rolls yet.
okay. This one. I actually kind of like this one better than the carrot one.
Are you immune to poison, Elva? I don't know.
Nope. Nope.
Okay. Elva has a little bit of a throw up situation
Yeah.
going on. And
Ugh.
that will end the race, I think.
Oh,
As the bar.
I'll give you the win on that one.
maybe we did.
We don't need
Oh.
to finish the last drink.
Yeah, I think the room is spinning a little bit. Is it supposed to do that?
I thought that was just me.
Do you think I can cast mending on what you just threw up and fix things? I'm
That
gonna try it.
Please God,
Go
yes.
for it.
okay, you try it, and it doesn't clean up the puke, but the table's in much better condition. It's just got a lot of puke sitting on it.
I
Like the
mean, I want
varnish
it
is
right.
sealed, and
It would have been really funny if it made it a drink again, don't you think, Alpha?
I, well, I suppose if one believed in themselves, no, I think we should go.
I think you're probably right.
What's
I'm
the
gonna
last drink
cast.
made out of? What's the last drink
oh,
made out of?
the after the gam,
Mm-hmm.
the last one, I was really reaching
The
here.
one that we're leaving behind.
Oh God, it's got to be a rutabaga, right?
Or an onion.
Oh,
Oh, an
Oh.
onion. That sounds like a great cocktail.
Oh.
I'm
yeah.
Googling that. Onion-based cocktail.
Well, I sometimes put those blue cheese-filled olives in drinks or
Mhm.
cocktail onions. And
Aha.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
The Gibson has
Yeah.
them in gin, and
There you
I
go.
like it a
Yeah.
great deal. I'm not sure I could drink
My-
something onion flavored straight up, but
yeah.
My curiosity interrupted your spell, Robin. Go. I cast.
Oh no, it's all right. I mean, there's still the onion drink on the table. Were you saying, or
no, it's a rutabaga.
a rutabaga drink?
Yep.
Okay.
It did not smell or look good. It was called
Yeah, that-
mud in your eye.
Aw.
I'm not certain, but I don't think that I would recommend this tavern
Probably
to
not a good
others.
idea. You know what I want to try to do though? Okay, have you ever seen one of
Yes.
those?
No.
You do? Oh, okay. Did you ever see one of those birds that like they kind of dip in and then when their beak gets wet, they go back up and then they kind of bob up and down? I can't really turn into a bird that flies, but maybe I could do a bird that like like peacocks don't really fly that far. And if I want to practice, and I could drink this last drink as a peacock, could do the bob and bird thing. I'm gonna
Okay.
try
I
it.
think
I'm gonna
you
try
should
it.
do it.
I'm gonna see, and I'm gonna see if I can be a peacock because they've got the pretty feathers. I figure if I can turn into the creature, I can add an extra appendage, especially in Boner City here. So let's see if
And if it doesn't work, we'll go find feathers that we can put on you in
oh,
something
that's
else.
so smart. A lot of pretty colors. That would be awesome. So I'm gonna do wild shape and see if I can become a peacock. It's specifically thinking of the gender of the bird.
Okay. I don't think there's any limitations at all on
Beyond that, you can't have something with a flight speed.
yeah, and so peacocks do fly, right?
Well, when I looked it up, they do jumps and then they do a bit of a soar.
Yeah.
So they don't technically have a. I don't know. I don't have
let's
a.
let's
They're
call it.
like Buzz Lightyear. They fall with style.
Yeah.
They live down here. They don't fly like you think.
Okay.
Flying.
Okay.
It's like a turkey. Like it can get off the ground and then right back
But
down.
don't drop it out of a helicopter.
Especially.
Live and last with.
God is my witness. Um, I am gonna allow it, and there we go. There's now a peacock at the bar trying to drink out of a
Awesome.
rutabaga drink.
Yes, and I want to drink the rutabaga drink like those little the bird things that do the alcohol thing where they kind of pop up and down.
So as you're doing that, this sort of grizzly old man walks up and he's got a glass and a towel and he's wiping it out and he just walks up and he's like, I mean, this is can you guys go? I mean,
I'm
this is
not entirely sure.
oh. Would you
I
like
make that peacock noise that's like how, because that's all that I can do.
Uh-huh. We get magic folk in here every once in a while and they all want to try the tiller's platter. They all want to drink all nine. And it always turns out like this.
I think that the folly was in the racing. Had we taken our time, I think it may have gone differently.
Okay. Well,
Shh
and
with the feathers.
he looks at the peacock and just has this look of like I've seen lots of shit. And he looks over at Elf and he's like, "Now look, it is very clear to me, drunk or sober, you could kick my ass. I'm just asking, will you guys please like clean it up and go? You're scaring the normal customers."
Well, since you've both asked so kindly, we'll comply.
"Thank you, appreciate it." And he goes, "Puke boy!" And this kid comes out with a sponge and a bunch of sawdust, and he starts cleaning off the table. Uh, for
All right, I'm gonna tap on my shoulder for Mary to jump on, and then I'll put Katha on my other shoulder.
oh, that's
Couple of attempts, probably.
because it's a drunk peacock.
Yeah,
Okay.
Which is an awesome tavern name. So if we ever have one, that's what I'm gonna say we name it.
the drunken peacock. I'm
The
all for it.
drunken peacock. That is awesome. All right. I am going to say that now's a fairly good time, at least for me, for a bio break, but also to come up with a way where you guys can reconvene.
Well, Alva's just wandering the streets at this point with the peacock on one shoulder and a coatl on the other. So
You're standing out, but it's still
and singing Feywild songs.
okay.
Well, I'll try to sing along in Peacock.
All right. I think we're
Drunk
gonna.
Mary is the best.
I think
She's
we're
funny.
gonna take a 5-minute bio break, and we'll be right back. Sorry, everybody. I gotta go. So. Hi, everybody. We're back. Thanks so much for hanging out with us on this Sunday night. If you're new and not a robot, and wouldn't mind hitting that follow button, that would help us out a ton as we're trying to be able to do fun things with like player rerolls and whatnot, in order to actually raise money for um, philanthropies and charities and such. And so if you're so inclined, you've enjoyed it enough where you would be willing to just click that follow button, that would be great. Thanks so much. But let's get back into the action. And when we started setting this game up, I did not anticipate drinking games. So,
I did.
all right.
And you just were not thinking ahead.
I was not. I didn't. I planned so poorly for this. All right. So we have Elva in the military district walking out of the Naughty Carrot Tavern with a peacock on the left shoulder and a sort of not commonly seen on the material plane rivaling the peacock, probably exceeding with the coatl feathers of many shades and hues. And so I sort of have this picture of Elva looking a little bit like a Mardi Gras participant walking down the street with all of this finery around her head. So, and she is singing Feywild songs. What language would that be, Elva? Would it be in
Sylvan.
Sylvan? Okay.
Yep.
I am gonna roll. I'm gonna ask Vela and Nubin and Robes, where were you guys heading when you left Volcares?
I would probably have advocated to go back to the hotel or tavern to kind of collect, get cleaned up and everything. 'Cause I was the one that was mostly advocating for like a bath and a fresh set of clothes and all that.
And did we have you guys checking into a hotel or inn?
I feel like we did.
Okay.
I feel like there's some point where we found some place.
Yeah, we made it to Neil Draw, and I don't have a note of where we ended up going, but I remember being there because it was when Mary told me she wasn't into ropes. That's all I got. And I feel like that was done in the inn where we were planning to stay.
Okay.
I think that was at the regular geese.
The regular geese?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, you guys are heading to the regular geese, which is in Old Town, right around. I will shift ping. Yeah. Can everybody see?
Oh, it's
Well,
not
that's
that
good. There's
screen, but
at least a
Yep.
40% chance that we wander in that direction.
All right. So the three of you go back to your rooms now. Shall we do the confusion roll of an 8-sided die?
Makes sense to me.
Okay. If you roll a, let's see, one is to the north. Two, we'll go counterclockwise. That makes no sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you roll an 8 or a 7, you're basically heading in the right direction, right? Okay. Let me do an 8-sided die here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Is this for everybody or just for the two drunken people?
For the drunks, you guys know how to get to where you're going. All right, so 5 means you headed towards the city wall.
Can I see if... Oh, that's a D10. Sorry.
Okay.
I want to see if... Nope. Mary...
You really are
had
drunk.
No, I just can't tell the difference from the little pictures.
The little
It's really
drunk.
hard for me
I
to
agree.
tell the difference when I look at the pictures.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree.
So you guys start heading south, although for a little bit, Peacock Mary wants to head north. But you guys get it together, and so I am going to roll a fateful D12. One of you, doesn't matter who.
Well, you're probably able to identify it better than I can, Ed. So.
Okay, I'll do it.
All right.
Rolled higher on that than on any of my con checks.
You guys get to the wall here at the bottom of the south, and it starts, it's thinning out around here. You are in the military district, so there are a couple guards walking, but you guys haven't attracted anybody's undue attention at this point. But you are walking a little unsteadily, and there's a peacock singing along with you.
Hmm.
Roll me another confusion die. For every time you guys don't go in the right direction, I'm going to have the number go up that you get arrested for drunken disorderly. So,
Oh, I still want to go north.
okay. But a 7 is pretty close to where you want to go. So you head this direction. So I'm going to say you're right around here now. Give me a D12. On a 1 or a 2, the city guard take notice of you. Okay. give me that fateful D8 for directions again.
I'm telling you, it's
You,
north.
that's
terrible.
exactly that's exactly what you wanted. And so at a certain point, you guys, well, give me one more. Let's see if you get arrested as you get to your inn. Give me a 1 through 3. No.
No.
All right.
So
So
embarrassing. Getting pulled over right in front of your house.
yeah, well, let's say it's right in front of the regular geese. About 4 or 5 city guards sort of walk up to you and say, "Uh, you're gonna have to come with us.
Home.
Your home?
Yes.
Is this your home?
Right now.
Is that a peacock?
Yes.
What's that?
That's Kata.
It's a katha? What's a katha?
That's her name.
Oh,
What's that? And I'll point at one of them.
he's the half elf.
That's a funny name.
No, well, no. You listen to us. You are disturbing the king's peace. You need to either come with us, and then one guy leads over. They said they're home. Yeah, but I don't like their attitude. And so there's a whole bunch of.
We're staying here. The geese.
All right, did you guys all?
With the peacock, though.
And I'll do the feather thing, just to,
Are they making enough commotion to possibly draw our attention?
I was going
with
to
the-
ask if you guys are in your rooms or in the common room.
With the feathers splayed above me, I have to do a big bow.
Yeah, I would definitely be in the common room, probably trying to talk up the clientele there and just get information. And I'm on the lookout for the spy that's supposed to kill us, anyways.
So
So
you don't hear anything out there, but one of the guards walks in and says, "You've got a woman with white hair, a peacock, and a katha. Is she your guest?" And he's pointing at the innkeeper, and the innkeeper's like, "I remember a white-haired woman and a furbolg, not a peacock. And I don't know what a katha is."
It's a common misconception.
So you can hear all that. Anybody who's in the common room.
well, that sounds like at least one of our friends. I'm not so sure about the peacock, but all right. And I'm in mid conversation with somebody at the bar, and I'm plying some guy and listening to his story, and just
Okay.
say, "I'm sorry, my friend. His next drink's on me," and I'll slide a gold piece over. In fact, as many drinks as he will buy for everyone here.
Oh, you buy the tavern around?
Sure thing.
Nice.
Absolutely.
All right.
And I look for, just as I'm going out, I'm trying to pay attention to anyone who is looking weird, not looking excited about the drinks, not looking, just kind of looking funky, giving the stink eye, and I'll head out to see what is going on outside.
Okay. Before you get outside, since you're looking around, give me a quick perception check.
Okay. That insight check, by the way, was me trying to determine if I would figure out that Mary had turned into the peacock.
Oh, okay.
So, and I've not pieced it together. So perception, 16.
Okay. There's a couple people in the corner that seem to be crabby. They are not. They wave off the drink. Look like they're drinking tea. Uh, and it appears to be a woman, and you can't be 100% sure, but you think the other being there is a man. He's got a hood pulled, or he or she has got a, a hood pulled high over the head, is sort of buried and bundled in cloaks. And
Okay.
but that's all you can tell when you're out the door. Everybody else is cheering and hoisting a drink to you as you walk out the door. As you open the door, you can see the one guy who had just walked in has got his back to you, just in front of you, and over his shoulder you can see a gracefully bowing Elva with a peacock doing a big wide display. Uh, and Katha, who is I pardon me for flavor once, just to stay perpendicular with the bow.
Elva, where did you get that thing? And I'll try to shoo the peacock away.
No, no, no. The peacock wants a drink.
I'll try to glide then if I'm being shooed. I can't fly, but I'll like hop and do the
No,
glide
that's
thing.
Robespierre. You know, that's Merryweather.
Oh, and while that's happening, I would just we're Nubin and Vela in the common room.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I would have like signaled to you.
We did an experiment, and it didn't work.
It's a guard, the one that's been addressing him and looking very flustered, and basically is like, all right, they've got people to take care of them. They've not hurt anybody. They're not causing any more disruption. But they're gonna give you the stern warning, and they'll release them like officially to your custody, Robes, and be like, and just keep them off the streets until they sober up, please.
No,
Gonna
thank
take
you,
us
officer.
To the king too. They said so.
Tomorrow.
Sure.
But I think tonight would be good for us to maybe have some water, maybe a raw egg or two, some juices.
Have a good night, half elf.
And the half elf just turns around and gives you the 2-finger salute.
Mm.
I think it's an odd
Both
name.
fingers.
A little on the nose.
Yeah.
All right, I'll try to corral Mary, assuming that Mary's still scooting about on the street.
Excuse me.
I walk in a straight line.
Like, cha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
I'm picturing a peacock with the wings out, kind of like
Yeah.
pretending like she's flying while she's stumbling down the road.
Yes, I'm flying is what I'm thinking because I haven't flown before, so this feels almost like flying.
All right, I'm gonna make a grapple attack.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Probably not gonna do great. Oh gosh.
I don't know
I'm
what
just
the
like,
dexterity of a peacock is, but
I
I'm
bet
gonna...
if you held on to her feet, you could float too.
oh,
Oh.
this could be relevant.
Yeah, I
That's
don't. I mean, that's just a straight up D20. I don't know what. I don't
Yeah.
have stat on a peacock.
I don't know that they have stats on a peacock if somebody wants to.
Let's just
A
see what the.
bloodhawk is a +2, but that's a bird.
Yeah, I would think that a bloodhawk would be more dexterous than a peacock.
An eagle is a
Yeah.
I think so
+2.
too.
I've seen peacocks walk around. I don't think they're dexterous.
No.
No.
I think I got
No.
you.
No,
I think
Yeah.
it wasn't a great grab, but I think you were able to.
I think
Yeah.
so.
It's like I'm trying to be ginger and like and there's these feathers are make you look bigger than you are.
Half elf
While
guard
they're
turns around
messing
and
around
just
in the
shakes
street,
his head
Nubin's gonna
sadly.
look at while they're watching all this. Nubin's just gonna look at one of the officers and say, "Which one did you say was drunk?"
I couldn't swear to any of it, but good luck to you. They walk off. All right, you guys are reunited. What do you wish to do with the rest of your evening? It is getting somewhat late. It's probably 9 or 10 o'clock. At this point, it was early evening when you arrived.
Yes, I would
Let
imagine
me
that.
tell you about alcohol made from turnips.
Sounds actually quite delicious.
It's terrible, actually.
So I'm kind of imagining that Mary and Elva are like they don't drink. They're not bar hounds. Robes is not a drunkard because he is immune, but he has been most of his life in the bar. Just that's like his natural clientele or like social circle.
Yep.
Newbin makes beer, and Dusty. I don't know how Vela does things. You can tell me. I get the vibe she would be in the know. So I'm at least going to get with Newbin and possibly Vela and try to get them like taken care of with like bodily fluids and you know what I mean, like
Bodily fluids, we're gonna serve him pee.
Yeah, I'm already confused. What do you want me to do?
In this town, it wouldn't surprise me.
So
And
when
then
I
we
got
You have
can
a
drunk,
boner
nest down,
each.
make a little nest, and just kind of sit there.
I'm gonna bring you a little bowl of water and just be like,
And then she can do the water
the
thing.
tray.
that's right.
When I got drunk in Salt Marsh for the first time ever, my friends brought me salt water, and it made me throw up, and then I felt really good.
That's one way to do it. But I'll tell you what, we could do an experiment. You take care of Elva, I'll take care of Mary. See which one is less drunk in the morning.
How about we swap? I'll take care of Mary.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm so happy that happened while you were drinking.
Yeah, that's all we're gonna do tonight, Paul. Just
And Noob is pouring each of them a glass of wine.
We're going to
Nice.
fuck around and find out.
That's right. Newman. Yeah. Like, sure, you can
Drink
take care of
me.
Mary.
Perfect. I get a bowl of salt water and put it in front of me. Actually, I go over to the bowl of water and I just take the lid off one of the salt shakers and I dump it in the water. Mary's drinking.
I think I'm gonna like bird bath it a little bit, just because
Whoa.
that sounds more enjoyable right now. So
Nice.
I'll just kind of play in the water.
Nice.
So you guys are all still in the
no,
common room, or are you guys up in like your private rooms? Like I,
I
Wherever
don't
she
know. I'm
down.
wherever they
Where
gave
did-
me water.
Yeah, I
You
think I'm willing to be led at this point.
did you guys
I'd
leave them
carry
in the common
bird
room, or
bath
did you?
and, like slowly carry the bird bath into wherever Mary's supposed to be sleeping to just try to get her to follow.
Newbin is quietly slipping each of them additional drinks.
I will. If I notice them, I guess I should roll. What would I roll to notice that happening?
Yeah, can
Paul?
we notice that?
Well,
He
that'd be
knew maybe
stealth.
to be stealthy.
That'd be stealth versus perception, or sleight of hand.
Oh,
If
yeah.
he's like pouring it on them, that just seems really not okay.
He's gonna.
How do I get to my
smoke
character
me.
sheet?
You can go to the many
The
people
third icon over.
and go.
You said perception?
Yep.
I'm sorry. The third icon over from what?
In the
The
top
left?
right. In the top right.
Yeah,
And then there's a bunch
Got
of
it.
little icons. Then there's a little person one.
there we are.
Actors
Thank
directory.
you.
It's-
Sorry.
I got it.
It's the party.
Excuse me.
Oh.
Ooh.
I need something that doesn't taste like root
Oh.
vegetables. So
But you're gonna get the drink, and I'm gonna get married soberer.
You're pro this outcome. Yeah. So I mean, I'm gonna say. I'll tell you what, Elva. First thing is, you need some water and you need something to eat to kind of soak up some of that booze into the stomach. So
hungry.
I'll be right back, and I'm gonna go get food and water, and that's when Noob, you have your opportunity. To
Oh dear God! And at this point, Noob's going into the bag of holding where he noticed that there are still 2 bottles of wine.
Yep.
And
Oh my God, those were taken from Gellin Prime Water's store
yes, a very long time ago.
a long,
So-
long time ago.
So Noob's got the wine out and he's pouring a glass of wine for Alva and saying, "This is made from grapes. It's much better."
Sounds better.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Give me a con save. All right, we're gonna call you sobered up a little bit, so that passes. You don't hurl off that. Because I
All
think
right, but
I think we would have been at a 15. Was I
Yeah.
think the DC.
yeah, Elva is going to start is like taking her armor off in the common room at this point because
Okay.
I'm tired of it.
Yeah, at that point, I'm gonna help lead Elva to her room and like
She's
like, do the-
undressing in public. That's a good idea.
Yeah, no, Jesus Christ.
I have clothes on under it.
I'm just gonna dimension door into her room.
Have you ever worn scale mail against your skin? It's awful. You need to have something under it.
Monthspike, yeah. And I'll drop her in the room and just just like, wait a minute, would you get that glass of wine and just take the glass of
Oh, would you have Nubin bring me another one then?
wine? I'll see what I can do. And I'll give Elva a big old like a big carafe of water and say, I know you won't want to drink this, but drink it all and get up and go to the bathroom and keep drinking it. And trust me, they flush the system. You'll feel better in the morning.
Can we
all that
race?
stuff.
And we race.
Can we race to the bathroom? We can. I tell you what, shot for shot.
Okay.
And I'll stay there and just drink shot for shot, having Elva drinking water, me drinking some of my claw wine.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. I will. Unless there's anything else anybody wants to do with this evening, I will.
Just
Oh,
one thing. I
yep.
want to try to shake off some peacock feathers.
Oh,
and
right.
I want to see if I can get one for myself, but I also want one for Vela if possible.
Okay.
So I'm doing just a lot of shaking of feathers and like do the tail feathers.
If she gets one off and picks it up in her beak, I would like to then hopefully, I don't know if you need me to roll for it, but I would like to then get the message and try to assist by plucking lots for her.
Okay. I mean, you can make that decision for yourself. If she
Fun.
if
she gets one in
shakes
her
one off
beak.
and you're like, oh, you want to pull another one off. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure it
Then
doesn't
I'll-
feel great.
I'll pull one off and see what she does.
I mean, I was kind of going for the ones that were already ready to fall off, but if you want to have one, I
It's
probably won't even feel it.
when our daughter was losing her teeth, she had one loose in her front of her mouth, and she came home and she had a tooth in a bag, and I was like, oh, that's nice, they pulled the tooth, and I looked in and they'd pulled the wrong tooth because she
Oh,
pointed to the wrong one. She never had us pull a tooth again.
Wow.
Nice.
Yep. So I imagine that's what it's like to pull a feather that's not ready to be pulled. So I'm gonna attempt to find the ones that look like they're ready to be pulled.
Sure. You can pull like 4 or 5 peacock feathers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know peacock anatomy and molting habits and whatever.
I'm gonna tuck all of them in her quiver
Okay.
so that they're there as a
My
surprise.
quiver is actually part of me right now.
Yeah.
Because I guess that's what
I'm
happens
gonna
when you
tuck
wild
'em in
shape.
her.
Yep. It
I
all
guess
gets
it's a good
sucked into your body. Yep.
Good thing the peacock's got a cloaca.
Don't shove it in my cloaca. That's assault.
Oh my God. I think the new.
General rule.
Were there rails on this train?
Oh
This
my.
wow.
I guess the new challenge for this party is, or this group is to figure out a way to introduce cloaca into every episode. Because I don't think we've had one in over like 2 months where cloaca
No,
hasn't
I'm pretty sure we mentioned it last time.
No, I know
Yeah.
we did. I know we did. And the time before, and the time before. I'm pretty sure we're on our 4th episode in a row where
I
cloaca.
think it got started in Warblers the Monday before the last game.
Oh, okay.
So it's only been 3,
Okay.
if you
We're
count Warbler.
we're gonna start a new district in this town called Cloaca Brook.
Okay.
I do not shove them in her cloaca. I get out my quiver and I put the feathers in my quiver.
Okay.
Dusty's drinking whiskey.
Yes.
She is in a similar experience currently as Elva and Mary.
Awesome.
And
So
I'm going to find a spot as high up as possible and nest down and fall asleep.
Nice.
okay,
So I will wake up as a furbolg in that
And-
spot
okay.
because I only can wild shape for like 4 hours or something like that. 3,
I
I think.
imagine I got about halfway through that water before I fell flat asleep.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
All right. So the next
Oh, man.
morning, Mary wakes up, I think, on the floor. Uh,
Oof, oof.
uh, uh, and there are no peacock feathers
Aw,
because I do
Aw.
believe it works in both directions the same way.
that would make sense.
So if your stuff goes with you, your stuff that you have as a peacock would go back into you too. And I don't
think
want to
that's
get
the
into
safer ruling
It
because all of a
is.
sudden a lot of things are coming to my mind that I
Right.
don't really want to.
right. I
There,
think
there are a bunch of furbolg hairs in Vela's quiver, though.
I didn't want to get into like there was like a half an arrow and a boot heel and like I just I don't want to get into that.
I
So
just wanted
That's
to
fun.
describe. I just wanted her to have to describe where the bald spots are.
It's just fingernails. I pour them out and assume that Robes put them there, and then I take them over to his room.
gross. Gross. Okay. So you
I meant
guys.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh no. I'll do it. I'll do it tomorrow. I meant to cast the dream spell and visit.
I was. Oh yeah.
Visit. What's his name? Furcolt or not Furcolt. What's the wizard's name?
Volkir?
Full care.
Folkier. Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna visit him in his sleep, but I
Yeah.
totally got distracted by the drinking, so that did
Yeah,
not
I
happen.
did too. I was gonna spin the top before we went to bed too. Whoops.
You should read the augury spell. Just
I
to
know.
make
I
sure.
know the augury spell.
Okay. Just make sure
Yeah.
it's not disappointing when you use it. So.
Oh no, I know
Yeah.
it's gonna be like stupid, but that's
Yeah.
why I wanted to do it before I went to bed.
Oh, okay.
But I'll do it in the morning instead while we're all awake.
All
and
right.
Drinking carrot juice.
I believe your audience with King Kimbertus Scotti is in the early afternoon.
It's at
Yes.
1 p.m.
Yep. So,
Mhm.
what would you guys like to do with your morning other than perhaps maybe some hangover
Sleep
helpers
more.
and sleeping? Yeah.
I would like to
Yeah.
cast augury as soon as everybody's awake.
Okay. You spin the top, and what question do you ask?
I ask. Wait, why are we going to see the king?
Because he's going to give you a mission,
He summoned us.
Okay.
Wait,
Right.
why are we here?
and you're also here because you know that there is a potential assassin looking after you, and
Right.
because you thought Joda Ebworth was heading in this direction.
Right. I will say. What? Will. Can, augury is so hard to ask questions of.
Well, you got good and bad, or nothing.
Yeah. Okay. So.
But
DM wise, just.
in order to make it uh,
Uh-huh.
better, I'm gonna do uh, good, bad, about 30% good, and then about 30% bad, and then not bad, and then not good.
Oh.
So
Okay. Because we got 6.
yeah,
Right. All right. I would like
There's a
to
lot of
know
nuance in there.
yeah.
about our experience with the assassin while we're in Neol Draw. So, will our experience with the assassin be good, bad, or otherwise?
You get about 30% good.
That answer is just beyond me.
I think that means that we're going to find the assassin, or the assassin's going to find us, but the assassin's going to kind of suck, and we're going to be able to stop them before they kill us. Or If they happen to kill one of you, I'll heal you. I mean, that would be 30% good. We always like it when I heal you from dead, because then you're extra healed.
Yes, we definitely always like that. I never complain about it, ever.
I have rather an important question. Did anyone see a peacock last night?
I don't know what you're talking about, Elva. You kept raving about seeing some sort of mystical peacock, but
I mean,
Right.
I think I was a peacock.
You were.
I think
That
I
would
think I
explain a
was.
lot.
Yeah. Do you
That would
feel?
explain a lot.
I don't know if this'll help, but I'm gonna try something here. I want to cast Lesser Restoration
Okay.
on myself to see
Yep.
if that helps me feel better.
It definitely does. You feel instantly 100%.
Okay. Elva dear, let me try to help you out a little bit too. So I'll cast it on her as well.
Okay.
And does that cause any memories to come back?
I think it just takes away one condition.
Yeah.
It's Lesser Restoration.
I think the memories, like, if I understand neurology at all, I think you weren't recording.
Those are gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
They were never there. They didn't get recorded. This is just
Although
dead
sometimes
air.
you can remember things if you encode them in an altered state. You
Oh.
remember them if you're in the altered state.
Oh.
So maybe next time you're drunk, you'll remember.
I am not going back to the naughty carrot.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, at
you
this
remember
point,
them,
Newbin
but
just
you're-
looks at you like, where?
You're.
You really don't want to know.
It was. I don't think they want us back there. It was probably a poor choice to race.
That's the last thing that I truly clearly remember. The decision to race.
We wanted to try it all because it was new.
Right.
So that was what we did. But we did
Well,
first talk to the king, and we
strong
are supposed
choices.
to be there at 1 p.m. Tell us all what you
wait,
all want to.
you spoke to the king.
Well, no, we spoke to the people.
Was this at the not
we
the
went
carrot?
to the king. No, Robespierre. We went to the
If
castle.
we
or
spoke to
something.
the king after arriving at the carrot, we would have no recollection of the event.
But we were told that the king expects us today at 1 p.m.
Hmm.
I remember something about a guard offering to take me to the king, but I think that may be an inaccurate assessment of what he was offering.
At some point, all I remember are like feathers and running.
We
like,
tried. We
trying to
tried
catch-
so hard, Mary. We tried to get feathers. It was so like there were a couple times they pulled a feather out and he squawked even, and I thought, oh, it hurts, but it didn't work. They're not here.
So Vela,
Sorry.
you were pulling out my feathers, huh?
You asked me to. You kept like turning around trying to get them, and then you shook until one fell out, and then you picked it up in your beak, and you were like waving it at me, and I was like, all right, clearly she wants me to get feathers. So then I pulled feathers out, and I put them all in my quiver, and now I just have toenails.
Well, that sounds quite bizarre.
And gross. I'm real not happy about how gross my quiver is right now. Robes, did you want some toenails?
I mean, I don't collect them indiscriminately. Who's that?
They're they're Mary's.
I don't think.
They're not there. I said they don't turn into other things. They're not there. They're not there. We're not doing that.
Put my toenails in your quiver.
I don't really have your toenails. It's just a thing.
I do,
But-
Robespierre, I do recall you were very kind to me last night, and I do appreciate that.
Oh no, certainly, Alva. Sometimes, you know, you try something new, and you need a helping hand to make sure you don't make any mistakes. So.
I think the mistakes were under the bridge at that point.
Very true. You know, you almost got arrested.
That would be the part where in my mind, they were going to take me to the king.
Yes, I have a feeling that's not what was going to happen.
Well, they would get to the king eventually.
So it's very possible. And the king find out that one of his summons is he sleep drunk in his cell. He may come by to see. It's all good. I'm glad to see that you two got to let down. I know that we've been dealing with a lot of wild events lately, so no harm, no foul.
Oh, and Elva's got a present for the king as well. Did you want to show the rest of the party what the
Sure.
present?
Yes. I thought it was important.
Hmm.
And I'll pull out the statue.
All right.
Oh my! Avela turns away. Nope.
Did not think that was possible, but I guess
I know,
artistic
right?
license.
I mean, but I think
They're very athletic.
Avela starts turning around, just trying to sneak a peek without anybody realizing she's looking.
do you think the king will like it? I mean,
And which end do you think is meant to be up?
Where
We
are,
had
are
a
you
want to
guys?
discussion about
present it
this.
properly, right? We want to make sure it's presented. In
Where
its...
are you guys? Are you in your rooms or are you in the common room?
Common room.
You're in the common room. Okay.
This is what we do. We go to bars and we
Yeah.
take out the statue.
So in the corner, there's a mother like shielding her child's eyes, looking aghast.
It's
Perfect.
nature, all right? I mean, come on. It's completely natural.
And the waitress walks out. She's got a cigarette hanging out of her mouth. She's like, "Well, let's keep nature away from the kids for a little bit. I mean, this is a family place, ish."
Do you have any insight into which end should be up?
Either works. And then she walks away.
Okay. Well,
Sort of what your preference. Eva, just a question for you. What was the context you were going to give surrounding this gift?
when you meet royalty, it's important to have a gift to present.
Mm-hmm. So you're just going to say, "Here you go," and just hold it out and then
Right.
hand it.
Mhm.
Okay. You may want to tell a little story about this. Why this thing is something that we're giving to the king, because there may be some questions about
Your sanity.
I was going to say this message you're sending.
Well, he does ride over the town that is home to Boner Each.
The naughty
It is
carrot.
true. The naughty carrot.
Mhm.
Paul's
We
so happy.
kind of thought it was a theme. Where you all went, did you find evidence of this theme as well?
This town is very focused on the phallic.
Mm-hmm.
A slightly different experience, but I don't deny the boner reach.
You don't deny the boner reach? Tell us more about that, Rose.
That would be impolite, wouldn't it?
That's an interesting question coming from you, Vela.
Our exploits led us mostly to conversation about bracelets, which is not nearly as exciting as your conversation.
A little bit more G-rated.
Though it did involve dewy balls.
That's true. There were the dewy balls.
I know about this place.
That tracks.
Elva did lay down next to a sleeping man. So, not Elva. Lubin.
It's true.
And I wouldn't have expected that of you.
Yes.
Sorry, you kind of cut out, Robin. What did you just
Oh,
say?
I said really, Newbin. I wouldn't have expected that of you.
I think the only man I fell asleep next to was Robespierre.
At this point,
Are you-
Newbin's going to look over at Vela like, you're not going to say anything?
Are you trying to make this more complicated?
What?
No, I didn't say that.
Person-
They've been kindly caring for me.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I was simply trying to gently nudge this person into giving us some information, and I was getting in his face a little bit, and he happened to have passed out, so I was continuing.
Even after he passed out?
And we're the ones that were nearly arrested.
Right.
Okay. All right. I feel like we're getting a little off topic. And I know I'm the youngest, so if I'm stepping out of line, let me know. But I feel like it's important to maybe focus on the task at hand. The shopkeeper shouted Gellen's name, which I thought was relevant, and also told us about he made the bracelet pull apart and it looked like a spider's web. And
Robes, you'd
then
be
he
able
said
to
it,
do that now if you wanted to.
What's that?
Any of you would be able to do that now. You watched how he did it, so.
Yeah, I'll show how it happens.
Okay.
then he said it did. Did you remember what he said it did?
Yes, it confers someone the ability to act like a spider, do walking on the walls, that sort of thing. Also, the ability to do and I kind of ruffle my cape, so you could do a dimension door.
That would be useful.
And there's we know there's more than this one, right? Because we had one and Cora had one, or was this the one that Cora had?
This is not
Can't
the.
No.
This is the one you
No,
guys got
Cora still
from
has
Dory,
one.
Okay. All right.
and
So
Cora got one.
found this one from Dory. Okay.
Yep.
So Cora had one as well. I wonder
And
what
you knew about another one, didn't you?
Mm,
You
I think
knew
Aang did.
Aang has one. Yep.
Yeah.
But Aang was bringing it to someone.
I've
We know
seen
there are 8. If we keep this one safe, we should be fine, right?
and I have seen them in a vision from my patron. Yes.
Your Patron?
My patron. No, it's the patron.
I thought he said
she
Patreon, actually. It's
I
like,
did too.
my
I think-
Patreon.
Yep.
If
I
you'd
think
like to
there's
sign
a
up for
good
my
chance
Patreon,
that Meriwether and I had some Patron last night.
mixed into the potato. She showed me a vision of 8.
And do you know what they're meant to do? Did the Weaver show you that?
Oh, I can't remember. I have my dream card somewhere over here, but I don't think she showed me explicitly what happens. It was just something bad that caused spiders to kill everybody, right?
The impression that you get is that the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones will be making a comeback. But the other impression
Thankfully, that one is wrong.
but the other impression that you get is that there's a power play for Lulf to take over the material plane, and in doing so, would actually disrupt the natural order of things and would destroy many of the gods in the firmament.
Yeah, I'll convey that and express it. It was a it was a vision, like other dreams. Impossible to totally say what was happening, but I think that Loth is making a play. So I do know that our wizard friend mentioned opening a gate if all 8 of them were brought together. So
Then we probably wouldn't want all 8, right? Because then they'd be in one place and able to open a gate. But if we could have enough to keep somebody else from getting the gate.
Where does your dimension door go? Like, what are your limitations? Could you take it anywhere?
I think it's 500 feet.
Yeah.
I think it's not even necessarily a place you can see. I think it's a place exists. I'll look it up.
Yeah, you have to picture it in your mind, but you don't have to see it.
Yeah, so you can't like teleport through a wall unless you know it's there, I guess.
I think you can say, I'm just going to go 500 feet in that direction, but the spell
Oh,
might
yeah.
cut you short if you can't.
Yep.
Yeah, you can describe by stating a distance and direction. So you can do that. So yeah, so it's really no limitation.
Other than 500
Other
feet.
than yeah, and that you stay in the same plane.
Yeah. Yeah, it does not do planar travel.
And it's bad if you go into a place occupied by an object or creature, you take some damage. And the spell fails to teleport you. I didn't notice that. Interesting. And you can take one person.
of your size category or smaller,
Right.
which is always a problem when you're a halfling who wants to cast it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Hmm.
Do you
I'm
have
just trying to think if there's some way we could, like, I don't have a way, like I can communicate to another plane, but I can't like get there. And so I thought maybe if we could get that bracelet onto another plane, like if we
Mm.
found a bunch more, we could put one of them at least on a different plane so we know that we can't get all 8 together.
You know, I haven't tried, but I may be able to find a way back to the Feywild.
Well, I have this spell and it feels a little bit culty where I can like make a celestial or a fae or a fiend do what I want them to do.
Elva will give you a very cautious look.
Yeah, so if I cast it, they have a chance to not make it like to not fall for it.
And
But
does
if
this target any celestial you may be looking at?
it's any celestial within 60 feet.
Well, Elva needs to be down the block.
That wholesome. I would
So
prefer it if you did not compel me to act in any particular way.
are you a celestial?
I'm at this point I may in fact be part celestial and part fey.
Oh. See, this is why I don't want. Oh, man. I'm totally a cultist, guys. Totally a cultist.
Well, then your cult needs better messaging because you should be much more confident in that.
Could be a good cultist.
I don't think cultists have these crises of conscience.
He's
I
got a
think you're
point.
probably right.
She's got a point.
Fair enough. Okay, but we're just not gonna do that spell. I can't do that spell because that's too culty, right? I can't do that spell. I'll figure something else out. Never mind.
Well, I'll say this. I don't think I would feel very comfortable letting this one out of our control. I'd feel much happier if we at least had one. I do like the idea, though, of as we find them, placing them in places that are not with us but are protected and safe.
The Feywild may not be a good alternative because Mr. Dory did travel there,
Mm.
and his goal would have been to bring them together, as we understood.
Oh, do you think there's a way of destroying this one? Or rendering it power ineffectual in some way? Because then if there's only 7, there can never be 8.
Well,
Okay.
go ahead, Philo.
So that's a really good question. I'm sorry, I did not mean to interrupt. But I was just thinking about this other spell that I can do that has like the ability to create sort of this space where nobody can go. It takes a lot of effort, like a long time, like a whole 24 hours. So I would need to eat and drink a lot beforehand, but not so much that I have to pee a lot. But then I can like hallow a space and
And a
it
cultist would
becomes
never have a place like that.
they, it would be their lair. Oh, it's a lair. I'm making a lair, Elva.
No,
So, a hallowed
Oh,
space for your god. I mean, it.
that's a
You're a
lair.
cleric, right? That's what clerics do. They worship their deity. That's just creating a
How?
space that's special between you and your god.
Isn't that
How?
exactly what a cultist would say?
is your deity a deity, or is it something with aspirations of being a deity?
No, it's a deity. Don't.
I
Are you
think that's
Do
sure?
you
pretty.
not know?
I think that's pretty different because a cultist usually worships a cult leader with aspirations of deification, not actual deification.
Hmm.
You're worshiping a real god. That just makes sense, right?
That's
I mean,
less
this
cult and
godlike
more religion.
power. Exactly.
you're not worshiping someone who claims to have godlike potential. You're worshiping someone that you know to be a deity.
Oh.
And
Is
you'll
How do
that
you
gather
the
know it's a
difference?
deity?
reverence,
Of
right?
course, I suppose many cultists believe that they know that their leader is a deity as well.
Maybe Dalt's real name is Gary.
Gary Dalt. Dalt's the last name.
Yeah, and Gary just
It's
was.
actually Dalton, but all his buddies in school called him Dalt.
No.
I mean, y-
So listen, Vela, I'll tell you this. I think you are complicating the morality more than you need to. Are you a good person? Do you do good things? Do you bring good to the world?
Sometimes I kill stuff. And
Or what do you kill?
like stuff. Ugh.
Like stuff
I'll
that's
just I'll just prep the spell in case we find another bracelet. It's fine.
okay.
I'll figure it out.
Either way, this one I don't want to let go.
Right, a different one. Yep.
So I will say mechanically, it would probably be good. Well, it'd be good for all of us. So there's kind of a role play mechanical thing I want to be careful with because I don't want to like weirdly like I have dimension doors and on an item already is what I'm getting at. So it probably makes more sense for one of you to hold it. But that's going to be a real tough thing for Robes to do because I've been like explicitly pushed by my patron to find this, and I kind of feel nervous about trusting somebody. I'm just gonna say that out loud because it does kind of tread on the game a little bit itself. If this were just like a generic object, I would probably push to hold it.
Maybe we should put it in the bag of holding. That way, if anybody needs to get at it, like if for some reason, like if you go down, Robes,
It would be
nobody could.
it would have been made clear you have to attune to it. Sorry, I should have said
Is-
that
Yeah.
earlier.
do
It requires
you-
attunement.
Is it something that we feel is safe to use? Because what you're describing, its capabilities would be incredibly useful, but its origin suggests that perhaps it could be tainted in a way.
It's true. But I do
And-
think that if somebody wants to use it, I could possibly trust it, but we have to keep it. And I think keeping it in the bag of holding is not a bad idea, but I just want to make sure that that bag of holding is always on somebody's person and not put away someplace.
and there's no way we could like. I mean, I think for me the simplest thing is taking away its power, but it sounds like we're not wanting to do that. We're not even wanting
Well,
to try to invest.
we could certainly try, Mary. I would say this: if you had a wanted my guess what would happen is that something this powerful is not something that we could just smash with a hammer. You know, we have to probably do something.
I mean,
But-
magic things have power, but I'm not comfortable with the thought of any of us using something that is designed to bring an invasion by an evil creature.
Hmm. Well, I guess what I meant to say is that even if we want to destroy or disable it, we have to maintain control of it until we find a way to do so. So, I'm happy to take that pathway, but I think that either way, we have to settle what do we do now.
Well, in a couple of hours, we go see a king.
I should get my fancy dress on.
That's right.
Oh, they did imply that we may wish to dress nicer than we were when we met with the steward.
So I
Is this
definitely
before or
need
after
my fancy
Peacock?
dress.
Oh, this was before the peacock, the peacock debacle, peacockle. I'm
Don't
The
say don't.
peacock.
Don't want to add. It's too late. We have it.
Yep, it's there.
There was a peacockle in the boner reach last night.
No, we didn't
No,
travel
no,
that
no.
far east.
Naughty
It
carrot.
was
Come
in the
on.
Nutty
That
Carrot,
I'm aware
adjacent
of.
to the Boner Reach.
Although, to be perfectly honest, if we ended up in the Boner Reach, I wouldn't surprise me.
That's you. You kept wanting to go south.
We'd
You were all,
traveled quite a bit.
but I don't know. My vote with the bracelet is we keep it the way we have, wrapped up, put away. No one's using it. What if every time we use it, it gives more power to this Loth or Loth or whatever her name is?
And I share that concern. And that's why I asked if we thought it would be safe to use.
Mm-hmm.
I have an idea then, but best to do it after we meet the king. But I will commune with the Weaver and ask her what she thinks.
Wait. Your god's name is the Weaver?
Mary, we might want to go find clothes. We didn't do that.
Clothes. And I'm perfectly
Did not do that.
content in them.
And if that's it, I don't mean to sway you in any way. They certainly implied that we may wish to dress differently to meet a king. But as I said previously, he knows who he contacted and who he's hiring.
That is that I understand some people do like to dress up all pretty and special. It's not my thing. But if you want to get a pretty dress, Elva, you go right ahead.
Oh, I'd love to.
Ouch. Ouch.
I really
I
would
felt
like
like
to
a
do that.
slap.
No, she wasn't
I'm-
being she was being honest. Mary does not like it's one of my like, when you have the flaws and ideals and things, it's like she does not pretend to be anything other than she is. So dressing up all frilly is just like not her. So she's gonna go as her. And
She says
understand.
the woman who was a peacock last
Yeah,
night.
well that's a creature. That's a horse of a different color.
It's
You were a
technically a
horse,
bird
too?
of a different feather.
Uh-huh.
Elva, I really love dressing up fancy. I'd be happy to go with you if you want help picking out an outfit. Maybe I could
Sure.
find something. Oh, maybe I could find something new. Ooh. Oh, I like this idea. Let's go shopping.
We don't have a lot of time.
I know we go fast. I have a cloak that billows.
That's a good start.
I know. It's very fancy.
It would be super
gonna-
cool if we could hook a trumpet up to that cloak of billowing so that every time you billowed the cloak, it went dur, dur, dur.
Well, now it makes you fly. So
Yeah, I was gonna say it would be really sad if it did that because anytime I want to stealthily fly over.
We need to get a programmed illusion put on it.
yeah.
An illusory sound.
Oh yeah. You don't have any trouble finding a store to find a dress.
What do you get, Elva?
Well, we're pretty limited on time, so I'm gonna get whatever I can find as sort of like,
It's a pantsuit.
yeah, that's great.
I'm looking for anything purple.
So
Sure.
I'm going. I've got. It's a pantsuit, but I have my
Joking,
scale
it's a
mail under
pantsuit,
it.
But you can.
Nope, I'm running with it.
All right.
It's a cream white pantsuit,
All right.
but with my scale mail under it.
Okay. So it really looks
So
like
like
you've got
rainbow
shoulder
scale mail underneath.
huge. Oh, so it's so it's showing like it's.
Yeah.
Okay. And also,
Yeah.
you look like you're wearing
You're
shoulder
actually going
pads.
to look like you're going to Pride.
It would look
Yeah,
like
pretty much.
Yeah.
kids dressing up for Halloween in Wisconsin, where they have to put their costume on over like their
Over
Yeah.
their coats and
Coats,
stuff. So
yep.
it's like-
Elva's hair would be a lot shorter if she was going to Pride.
I can't put my arms down. All right. Yes, you can find something purple. What would you like to have?
I would like something purple that will fit well with my mariner's half plate.
You could find some like divided skirts that are meant to be worn under armor, but it's it's like old. Like this is at a vintage shop, so it's not that you would necessarily know it's old or out of fashion or whatever, but
It's like
Oh, how old?
yeah, it's
Because Elva left this plane 50 years ago.
that's true. It,
So if it's that old,
it might, yeah, but that's
Can Elva clue me in that it's old?
sure. It was in fashion when Elva was a kid
and
on this point.
this is like all the photographs of me in the 70s.
Will it
Like
make me look
all the
older?
orange shag
Will
around.
Will I look more mature? Like I'm older? Nobody will think I'm really young?
Um,
Yes.
That'd be great. I
I
like this
don't
plan.
know that
Okay.
it would. Okay.
Yep. Yep. I get the purple skirt,
Okay.
and then I try to find some sort of purple hair thing to go with my orange look.
Okay. You can find like a headscarf kind of thing.
Sweet.
All right.
That's what I get. Purple and orange. And a cream rainbow pantsuit. We look awesome.
Okay. The appointed time arrives, and you are taken to the castle, where there are several courtyards. And as you walk in, I mean, this is old. Neildra is the oldest city. I just read this morning, so Neildra is the oldest settlement on the continent. And so this is Old Town is super old, and this castle is very
Not just a
old.
clever name.
Not a clever name. Bone Reach, kind of clever. Uh, but you're led through. You can tell there's been add-ons, et cetera, over the years as architectural fashions have changed. But also the battlements are not just for pretty. This is very much a working castle, a defendable keep within the walled city of Neildra. Neildra means the old dragon, uh, and so there are dragon motifs throughout. Um, on the walls as you're led, there's frescoes of old knights of Keelan fighting dragons um, and other just you know Bayou Tapestry type of things going on. Everything is about a martial society, but one that has sort of comfortably settled down. Uh, Eventually, you're brought to two giant oak doors, 20 feet tall, 10 feet wide each, so giant square of oak in front of you. And you are bid bade to wait as you are. Uh, and as the door's about to be opened, the sort of the it's not really like the seneschal, but a minor functionary turns to you and says, I'm sorry, I should have asked earlier. Is there any way you would prefer?
Is it not a Castilian?
It is not a Castilian or a Castellan or any of those things. Castellan. Uh, but it is a minor functionary, and the minor functionary turns and looks and says, "I'm sorry, I should have asked earlier. Is there any way you wish to be announced? Just your names? Shall I just say it's these 5 people?"
My name is Elva Willowspark.
Okay.
That will be fine.
Okay.
I don't have a title.
Do any of you have titles that I should be aware of?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't think I've got a title.
You're
Kind of more of a functionary in the past.
courtier.
It
Yeah.
would have been so much fun to make them up if we'd thought of it earlier.
Oh, I feel like oh no, that's my other character. I was like Slayer of someone. Like no, that's another guy.
So I'll just announce your names then.
I wish we'd thought of it.
Well, you can
That's who I am, yeah.
you can call us the Heralds of Saltmarsh.
Heralds of Saltmarsh.
Wait, I thought we had a different name. Didn't we decide on a different name? Aren't we the
The Wild
Cloaca
Stallions.
Mentioners?
The Cloaca Mentioners.
Would you just, why don't, I mean, we don't have to have a name, do we?
Well, what did he call to what name did he use to summon us? Because I feel like we should maybe be announced by the name he's used to summon us.
Well,
Oh,
that makes sense.
he did refer to you as the Heroes of Saltmarsh, but that was just sort of a generic. Okay, I can go with that. That's fine.
Don't really
The
want
Cloaca Mentioners?
No, His Majesty's rather fond of birds, and I don't know if
The Cloaca.
I'm not.
The Cloaca.
Right, I brought the wrong statue.
Um, but very well.
We get a boner each.
Don't give us a name. Just
No,
just
no.
announce us.
Here's Heroes of Saltmarsh would work, I think.
Okay. Very well then.
But you
Very well.
can't give me a title. Call me the Warden of the Marsh.
The Warden of the Marsh.
Oh,
Okay. He
I just
throws
want to see.
throws the doors open.
Oh,
Your Majesty, may I present the heroes of Saltmarsh? Miss Elva Willspark, Miss Vela Darkison, from the Axewood, and a hero of Saltmarsh, Miss Meriwether Clark, uh, Mr. Newman Hammerhalter, and the Warden of the Marsh, Robespierre Flocon. Which I don't know if I'm pronouncing correctly.
It's very close. Me
Okay.
either.
Okay.
It's Farquaad.
Fraud Quincon.
Barkwad.
And he just sort of does the on your last name. And then
I said your words.
I said your word. And so you enter this room, and behind him, so you on the other wall, you see just a wall of six, probably 20 feet, not probably 20 feet tall, stained glass windows. These are like the ancestors of the king here, all in bathing the room in colored light. And he is sitting on a dais on the throne, and just sort of one leg kind of thrown over the arm of the throne. And he's talking with somebody, and as you're announced, he kind of throws his leg back over and walks
Honestly,
nice.
boner reach makes so much more sense now. He's obviously over-sexualizing this.
I didn't mean it to be that way, but okay. Um, and he walks down. He says, "Finally, you've arrived. We waited. My understanding is that you were able to help the good citizens at Woodsage, and perhaps, from what I have just recently learned, perhaps even ended the threat."
That seems unlikely, but we did what we could to help.
We delayed it for a moment. Unfortunately, the threat is more complex, as Elva suggests.
What? Oh well. Please, please. And he gestures over to the right, and over to the right you see there's sort of a like a tactical table with sort of a relief map of Keeland on it. And as you go over to the table and look, you see there are sort of risk markers where you've got like 1 army, 3 army, 5 army kind of things. And you can see. Oh,
that is such a great idea. You lay it out like that, you put things on top of it that move around. Oh, I'm fascinated.
indeed. And he's like,
Uh,
yes,
Your
it's very
Highness,
helpful.
We have brought you a gift, and I will present my statue to him, and I'm going to do it along with like a very, like the way I would greet a Feywild noble, which probably has far too much eye contact for this situation, as I present it to him.
Oh, Henri, and on this functionary walks in. Those. Is that a representation of coitus? Yes, I believe it is, sir. Um. Thank you very much.
It was more the artistic value that we thought was telling than the subject matter.
Yes, it's evocative. Henri, place that in a esteemed place in the art collection. Thank you very much, Miss Willowspark. I appreciate the gift.
And I will then break eye contact.
Okay. And he does a nervous side look at everybody else, like, did you know that look somebody gives, like, did anybody else see what just happened? Did I just get hit on by like a celestial Feywild person?
I'm looking at the map. I'm totally ignoring that exchange.
It was just like eyes locked for the whole thing.
I'll say Elva is a ambassador from the Feywild. I'll leave it at that.
Vela looks a little bit like a kid who accidentally was left at like the adult dinner party and doesn't want to get kicked out. Like, see, this is normal. This is totally normal that I'm here.
not at that time.
It's fine. I'm fine.
not
I'm just not
bedtime.
going to say anything.
And the king, recognizing a map enthusiast, will and knows what to say to somebody who likes maps. Yes, yes, we had this created. Actually, I believe it was my father who had this commissioned during the first Ulek War. And you would know Ulek is uh, the 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 nation to the east, uh, and Kieland has been off and on at war with Ulek for generations. And so, as you look at the map, you can see there are several of the armies pushed up to the northeast. Let's do this. Let's put you all on Keeland in detail. And can you see this, or do I need to do something to make it visible?
Oh, I can see it.
Okay.
Good.
All right. I think we got Tony
Oh,
still
It's the
coming over.
duchy on the right-hand side, I believe.
It is the duchy on the right-hand
there it is.
side. Uh,
All wrong.
so
All
Mhm.
fuck.
So you see a large number.
Wait, are there Rushmores?
Yes,
That's so wrong.
Gary Gygax created Greyhawk, and he based it off of America, and just tilted a bunch of it and like pulled and stuff. And then there's all kinds of puns throughout the map. Um, it's
Oh,
the part I don't
that's fun
like.
to know. I like it,
So you
Ooh,
but
see,
that's
there's a
big.
town called Shibboleth.
He also
yeah,
ripped off Tolkien left, right, and center.
yeah, I did. This area here, Black Pike, you see that there are quite a bit of um,
The
there
trick, Winston, is that no one can pronounce it.
right here is that this is where a large number of forces are. You also see that a large number of forces are gathered at Seaton, which you are familiar with, um, being
That's where my parents went.
here. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and there is maybe what appears to you to be not as many soldiers in Neil Dra. Um, those of you who are looking at the map, that's just what you see is, and then you see that a small number of soldiers of forces appear to be in. You see them moving towards Wood Sage, and then you hold on, I need to find my notes. Uh, you find them going to Wood Sage and to.
I imagine if you worked with an illusionist, you could have this whole table enchanted so you could see them moving.
Oh, that would be cool.
It's a great guy for that. Volkir. Are you familiar with him?
No, no. Is he from Saltmarsh? Okay, sorry. This you see a lot of pieces on the board here at Wood Bridge. There are some heading towards Wood Sage, and then there are some heading towards one last one, Plamden. Where I should have marked these for myself, just so that I could find them
Yeah.
again.
It'd be cool to put it on the map for next time.
I will.
There's a town called Girth.
Up here,
We should go there.
Planton.
There it is, Planton. And so you see forces heading there. So as he's gestures around, he sort of kind of looks at Mary and then looks over at Robespierre, who seemed to be the most engaged at the map at this point to him. And then you hear Uncle Hastings being. Only he's not called Uncle Hastings. Like, announcing Uncle Hastings. It's
Maybe his
uh,
title.
His name.
okay. Colonel Hastings Clark
He's
is
only
arrived,
defined as an uncle.
and so Hastings Clark is in the room now too, and he joins you at the table, and the rest of the functionaries are sort of dismissed. Um, and Hastings and the King actually do a little, arm grab and a half hug, like the bro hug. Um, they've known each other for a long time, it seems. This might be new information to Mary Hastings. He gives you sort of a side eye, like,
I'm just thinking like a big teddy bear hug from a fur bog, you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, and he says, "My lord, we have managed to get the refugees settled. I've sent my ship off to Planton to follow a similar course of action to the north, but the drumming still continues in that direction." Um, and the king says, "This is not completely common knowledge. Uh, my good friend here vouches for all of you, who of course is his niece. Um,
What is my uncle wearing, out of curiosity?
Full-on military
Okay.
uniform. And he looks a little embarrassed. Not making eye contact with you, and um,
Hmm.
but he he says, uh, as you may well, as you may not know, well, of course you won't know. The the battles with Ulek have sapped our strength considerably. Then to have the attack from the Sahuagin to the south, and moving all of my forces to the south, and still attempting to address the sea princes and the slaving trade down there. Our forces are split, and we appear to be, and he sort of gestures here, softer in the middle than I would like. But the hardest blow to come is these attacks of these burrowing monstrosities at Woodsage, Woodbridge, and Planton. They, well, damn it, they leave us short-handed. We know the hill giants moved through the Axewood over a month and a half ago, moved to the Good Hills, but I haven't had anyone going on reconnaissance that has been able to tell us where they've settled, what they've set up. I can't keep sending men in that direction as I keep responding to emergencies all over the country. Uh, and it was then your uncle suggested perhaps you could do this work. Uh, he volunteered to fly the Turkey Trot Mark III over it, but unfortunately the Turkey Trot Mark II, and Hastings' head just goes down a little bit, was shot down by boulder fire, and we don't dare send another airship. Your uncle's lucky he had a potion of feather fall with him. Uh, but we can't send an airship over there. So I am find myself asking you to once again serve your country. I'm not very good at playing kings. I don't have a very commanding like.
Maybe that's what the
Yeah,
king's like.
yeah. Well, maybe when he's at ease, I guess you know.
Sure. He did great.
Anyone want any wine, or we have this carrot beverage that someone brought last.
Oh,
Oh, the nutty carrot. I should have.
if the wine is welcome, the carrot beverage less so.
Oh no, it's horrible if we only do it as a dare. Uh, anyway, wine
I'd like to take a sip.
wine is.
I do not recommend it as a race.
Oh no,
Mm.
that would go horribly. And then you just drink
It
some wine.
truly would.
Has.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So
Poorly.
does Hastings know that the Giants were behind the Bullets? Like, has
Uh,
that been knowledge that's been transferred at any point?
no,
I think we discovered that, right?
right.
So
You
we're the
discovered that
first to.
there's been some because they know the Giants are there. They know the drumming's coming from there now. The drumming sort of started to become between the three cities, being able to hear the drums.
Uh-huh.
They started going. It might be the Giants doing it. You guys would have to fill in that detail. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Might be giants. Might be giants.
they
Hmm.
might be Giants.
They might be giants. Yeah, so I think we could
Or
just fill in the details and just sorry, say. But I'll just say yes. Well, one thing that is for certain is that we have first-hand experience that the giants are behind the burrowing creatures. We put a stop to some of that, but sounds like this is a more coordinated effort. The drumming drives the creatures wild.
And I'd be kind of curious to know who's behind the giants. They didn't strike me as the most intelligent or strategic of creatures. Did they seem that way to you, Robespierre?
No, but would I know that giants are like a hierarchy of giants? Is that something that we know, or is that more like a we don't know much about giants yet?
Um, it it's probably known hill giants are sort of low on the totem pole. I don't know that you would have a really
Mm-hmm.
large grasp on the ordning, but but knowing hill giants are like one step up on ogre is probably something that's known. Like definitely,
Mm-hmm.
I think Mary would probably know that,
Okay.
being giant kin. And
Well,
Oh,
then
and maybe
sure.
that's a
Yeah.
question I shouldn't ask, like, because I guess I don't know if. So Mary Robin
yeah.
understood that the giants were behind the burrowing and the drumming, but they seemed to be taking orders from someone else.
Hmm.
I didn't. I wasn't assuming it was just a whole order of giants because,
Mm-hmm.
that's just not my assumption. But would Mary think that?
Um, I mean, it's possible that there are other giants. It's unlikely for a hill giant, any hill giant, to have a great plan.
Right.
Um,
But are they
it,
known to always work together with other giants, I guess,
y-
is the.
oh, other hill giants with hill giants, yes. Hill giants with
No, with other
uh,
types of like,
not
so this
really.
question that I just asked, would it
Right.
make sense that
Yeah,
she would be
yeah.
wondering too?
Nobody knows really for sure.
Okay, all right.
No, no.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I didn't want to
Let
ask a
me
stupid
one t
question.
explain to you how
Let
giants
me.
work.
You want to explain to you?
As I say to you in giant, oh, that's very interesting. Thank you for. Oh, I'm sorry, you don't
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying because you don't speak
Meriwether, you'll
giant.
need to enunciate. I can't understand your language.
I know how to say I need to go to the bathroom if you recall.
That's right. That's right. You do. No, I'm sorry. I just didn't want to ask stupid questions in
No,
character
that's
if it was something my character would know. But
it's sort of different because the whole ordering thing is really a more Forgotten Realms thing, but it
Oh,
does
okay. I
it
wasn't
does
sure. Okay.
it does play in here a little bit. Like even in 1E,
But
they
it's
were
not
like
like known.
hill
Okay.
giants are the shitty younger brothers of the
okay. And I don't know the word ordering. That's a giant thing.
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
ordning is in I mean in 5e vanilla, the ordning is uh basically
Like there's
storm giants. The tallest storm giant, the oldest storm giant, is the most powerful giant on the planet and is next to the voice of the god of giants. If they could hear the voice of the god of giants anymore, but they can't.
Yeah, I guess just going into against the giants,
Right.
I guess like I don't personally have a background with understanding the terminology,
And
the hierarchy, all of that. So when you guys are saying these things, I don't know,
no,
but I'm just trying to do it
it
from where my character
I'm only
knows.
vaguely familiar
So,
personally. I think it
okay.
was. I feel like it came up in one of the 24-hour
It
games.
it did, but it's not something that because I played
Yeah,
in
yeah,
3, but it was
mm,
just not something
yeah,
that
yeah.
I
Okay.
memorized. It was like it's 3 in the morning and I'm fucking killing giants. But
Same effect as being drunk
yeah.
in a
right.
certain
Well, and
altered
some
state.
of them were smarter and stronger than others, but same goes for a lot of
Yeah,
different creatures. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to derail.
yeah,
I
That's okay, and I think it's not going to play in here. So I think it's
yeah.
okay
I'll just say
to disregard the ordering because I'm not going to be using it in this. So
okay.
don't worry about it.
So then I'll just come back and say I don't know. You're right, though. They did not seem very intelligent, so something must be helping them to coordinate.
think so. Something else must be giving the orders. Your Majesty, are you aware of where they're getting those orders from?
No, no, actually, we know next to nothing. Frustratingly, uh, we know that they came from the northeast. They traversed through the Axewood, wreaked destruction, and unfortunately, this was coinciding with a time where I was beginning to worry about the Sea Princes to the south, had moved forces to the south. Now I'm moving some back to the north, and they seem to have taken up and settled in the Good Hills. And well, we lost the Turkey Trot 1 and 2, um, trying to do reconnaissance. So now it's really up to a small group of people to find out. Because quite frankly, I have no stomach for sending an army and to take out a fortification of giants without knowing exactly what we're up against. So the, the
It's
task
almost scary.
I'm asking of you is reconnaissance. If by any chance you can reduce their number, by all means, that would be very welcome news indeed. But mostly let us know what is going on. Uh, we believe that they are, and he can point right here on the map, that they are centered right here. Right below the first L of hills.
Does that track with what we gathered from the giant that we were
So
interrogating?
you guys, yeah, they were. He was that there was a new fortress and it was to the northwest. Although he couldn't say northwest really, but it's where the tunnels were heading was to the northwest. And then when you guys were
Okay.
traveling, I said you could kind of see people giants walking along the crest of the hills, etc. And
Oh.
they were, as you look at it and kind of picture where you were at, you can tell that some of them were going towards places to mess with, plant in, if they were heading to the north, or to Woodbridge if they were heading out to, um, where is that again? I gotta find these. But to the east, I think is what it turns out to be. Um, oh, Woodbridge right here. So no, to the northwest again. And then
Okay.
some would be heading back
Cool.
towards where Woodsage was.
Well, we had some experience doing combat with these things. We did actually manage to fell one.
Well done. Well done.
One of the lesser ones.
Yes, that's true.
Let's sell us
We also had
short.
the
We
head
did a good
start.
thing.
No, we did. But as you're
We had an
describing
elk
them,
on our side.
there are stronger giants as well.
That's right. So, anyways, and I will say this: we come together. We don't have any official title or a organization behind us. We are just individuals who travel with the same goals in mind. So I cannot speak for my fellow adventurers, but I think that my interests align with yours, and that there's something going on with these giants that bears investigating. So you can count me in.
I
Outstanding.
would say I'm willing to join as well. We've been it's interesting how so many things are spreading your forces thin, as if there might be some mastermind behind it all. I'd be very curious to see if we might discover who that is, or what that is.
Do you have thoughts on
Oh,
who
I don't
could
know.
Yes.
do something like that?
We've been running into cultists from Tharizdun. They seem to really enjoy causing things to just not exist. Um,
This is
I don't
true.
know.
We're working hard to understand them on a deeper level, though.
I'm not really. I just want to stop them. I think. I mean, Vela, you really have the mind for it. I don't, to understand that.
So I will
Well,
say,
I'm trying to understand them, I guess.
Yeah, that's kind of your. You know more about that than many of us do.
I
I
don't.
um, I want to say that I have one condition. I do not wish to be paid in gold or silver. Um,
I
I
didn't.
want access to your spy master and his or her resources.
Very, very well. I will still make the offer, though, to the party of 5,000 gold, and anything
We'll take that too.
and anything you find, you keep. But by all means, uh, if you wish to speak with our spy master, uh, her name is Benwuda Nightshaper, and
In with a night shaper. Okay.
I will say it like that, but that's not how it's gonna. That's the name, but that's not how he says it. He's gonna say, please, uh, and I'm not gonna be able to say the Frockling Quant. The the warden of the marsh is to meet with Mistress Nightshaper uh, at his uh, at his convenience.
I
Um,
would
Thank you.
also ask a favor for a favor.
certainly.
You
You can
have
ask for the
you
statue
have
back.
troops sent to Seaton.
Indeed.
If they would ask after the Willow Spark family, and if they're there and doing well, that they continue to do so.
Uh, so he goes to another functionary and sends the message. Has that done. Of course,
You need not give my name, but I would greatly appreciate knowing that they're well.
understood. If we learn anything about Willow Sparks living in Seaton, when our paths cross again, I will make you aware of it. Anyone else have any requests of the king?
Don't. I mean, and I don't really need the offer of the gold. I have all this, all the gold that I already have. I don't really even know what to do with. So, I mean, this is my land as well. I'm willing to help protect it.
I appreciate that. Also, you should be compensated for your labors, but your choices are your choices, and I will respect them.
I mean,
Uh,
maybe if you could teach me how to make a map like this, and
ah,
that would be pretty exciting.
I will tell you what. Should you be successful, we will commission a map like this for you.
I think that would be enough for me. Thank you.
It's done. Anything else you want to ask of the king, or ask of Colonel Uncle Hastings, or um, if eventually Mistress Nightshaper will be brought in? Um,
What's the timeline? How fast does he want this done?
I, as soon as possible because people are dying. Uh, so like you don't have to leave today, but you hopefully tomorrow, and you'll be
And how
provided.
soon does he expect us back? I guess is what I'm looking for.
This is a mission where there's no parameters like that. Um,
Okay.
if take as long as you need to find out what you need. Oh, I forgot. I did write this down. He does hand you a sending stone. Uh,
Oh, great.
and he says this will work once per day. You can inform me of what you've learned. Um, but and if you need supplies or things drop, perhaps we can arrange for some assistance to you on your quest. Um, but obviously we have and he kind of draws a circle around the good hills. He goes, "This is boulder distance for airships, so it'll have to be dropped somewhere, a good bit of ways from the hills." So
Did we, excuse me, did we buy the sending stone from the wizard shop?
no, you didn't.
Okay.
Newbin bought the note card
Yep.
that is like a
Not the
sending
sending stone.
stone, but not the sending stones.
Well, and
Okay.
the sending stones have a very specific limitation, whereas you guys only have one of them. He's keeping the other, and they only work between
Yeah.
the holders of the stones, whereas the invitation thing can go wherever you want to send it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. I actually planned to double back to get the sending stone, so let me forget.
Uh, what is you seem to know the throwing distance of a hill giant's boulders.
Learn the hard
What
way.
is that? What is it exactly?
Okay, Paul doesn't know from the monster manual, so um, it's quite a few hundred yards, but
That's cool.
So
trying to think if I've ever
as
seen a
you're looking,
monster attack. Oh, go ahead.
so what the as you're looking it up, just in general, what I'm thinking is like if we do request materials, perhaps we could meet you in an airship higher than the throwing distance of a stone, and I could just come up and collect them. Or Elva, if I'm incapacitated or no longer on this plane.
It is 240 feet.
That's a very, very long distance.
Um, and so I think, the practicality of that is such that, by the time you send us a message, and then how would we communicate after that? We wouldn't want to take the risk. Um,
So how would you give us materials? You've offered to give materials.
Drop outside off of the hills, so you'd have to go to the foothills to get the materials.
I
You'd have
see.
you'd have to leave wherever. They don't even know where you're going really yet, so you're gonna have to send them a location and
Got
have to
it.
figure it out. And it might take a while to get you like help. It might take like a day to get you stuff. So
Right.
I don't want to rush this or anything,
yep.
but one of the things that Newman wants to know is as we're leaving, he would turn around and say, "Oh, and Your Highness, one last thing. There's a person who has come across our paths several times and seems to be involved in several things we've investigated. Could we get any information you might have about Gellin Primewater?"
Galen Prime Water.
Yay!
that that man. He was here. Oh, and he looks over at the minor functionary. Was that 3-4 weeks ago? Coming here with an offer of being the spy fleet against the sea princes. Uh, I was about to take him up on it. I thought, what a great resource boon this would be for me to have such a well-off and well-known person who's in the seas that the sea princes are in already tell me about their ship whereabouts. But fortunately, Hastings here arrived and with news from Saltmarsh. And when we discovered he himself was involved in the slave trade and perhaps even involved with the sea princes himself, we sent a battalion to arrest him. But he was already gone, him and that woman. So,
Paul, who else is
yes.
in the room with us?
Two minor functionaries that he keeps talking to. I haven't given them names. Uh, Colonel Uncle Hastings, and you guys, and the king.
When Noob mentions Gallon Prime Water, I look at the two functionaries and am looking for facial reactions and trying to gauge them.
Give me an insight check.
And why am I bad at this? Oh, I should have made my character better at insight. Well, I guess I do have a proficiency, and I just have +0.
One of them is impassive. This is nothing. This is just discussion of the lords. The other one has a look of just general, like, what a schmuck. You get the sense that his opinion is that of the king's. The little brief, almost a flicker of personal annoyance that this person personally disliked Gellin.
Okay, I'll make a mental note about the bored-looking functionary.
Okay.
And who was this woman that he was with?
She was introduced as his lady. Her name was, I believe, is Azoth. Foreshade Azoth. I will put it in there because I know that's what I have for spelling there is not going to be there.
I think that's Joda.
I would be surprised from what you've told me.
All right, 'cause she's dead.
Well, and because her goal is to kill him.
Good point. Good point.
But anyway, they came, they drank our wine, they tried to bamboozle the king, and then they disappeared. However, point of interest, I received a note because I had put all of the guard on the lookout for him, and I received a report that just um, uh, and he leans over to the bored-looking functionary, and the bored-looking functionary uh, holds up a finger. He goes, "Oh, just 1 minute," and he goes back and he goes to sort of a writing desk in the back, and yes, someone saw him yesterday, and then he just disappeared. Um, guess somewhere out in the East Town district. Um, but when the investigation into the inn that he was seen, uh, nothing to be found.
Would it be too much to ask that you keep us appraised of where he may be spotted and if he's found?
My understanding is you have quite a grudge with Mr. Primewater, and I would not by any means stand in your way. He has done no great good to the kingdom of Keeland. Should you find yourselves in a chance to bring him to the king's justice, I would be in your debt. Again, repeatedly. His shoulders sort of sag. He does not like being in this position. And Uncle Hastings puts a giant hand on his shoulder and taps him. We'll get through this. So,
Well,
well,
we have a large undertaking ahead of us then.
anything you need will be provided, should we have it to give. Uh, we don't have any massive store of, um, super fine or specialty weapons, but should you find yourself in need of an armor or extra provisions and
Well, perhaps we
weaponry,
shouldn't have spent so much time yesterday outfitting ourselves then.
well, you can be reimbursed for that if you would like.
Do you have any magical quivers?
No, sadly, all of our magical equipment are with. They tend to be with the field commanders, and we don't keep a store of them. They are
Do you have
rare.
large do you have large stores of fletched arrows or bolts on hand?
Yes, we do have several quivers of arrows and several bolts. I'd be happy to part with many.
I nudge Mary.
We
Maybe we
just
should stock up.
bought a bunch of it yesterday before I went. I'm pretty
I know,
sure that wasn't a false memory.
No,
but maybe we
No,
could
that was long before the naughty carrot.
maybe we could just put some in the bag of holding for you.
I mean, I
Just
already
in
threw
case.
some. I
she
did
already
though. I
did.
did. I put
I know,
two
but
like
do you remember?
You're running out of room in the bag of holding. It's the conversation we had last time. You had to clear out
Right.
the plate mail and everything else. So
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That's why we ended up selling the
yeah,
plate mail.
Peacockle. Uh,
Oh, and there is one more thing. We understood that this might be something that you would like to see. And Noob is going to go into the bag of holding if it'll open up. Okay, I don't think Foundry's working for me.
but
You
you're
might
you
need to
Um,
refresh. It happens to me occasionally.
you're talking about the Sea Princess shield.
yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Uh, and he's did you capture this from the Sea Princess? This is.
Several of them may have died in the procurement of the shield.
I think you found it in the Sahuagin stronghold.
They
Yeah,
He
don't
may
so we
know
don't
have,
yet.
know. He
Yeah.
right?
may have.
Yeah, yeah, he doesn't know. Yeah. Oh, wow. Well, make a deception check.
Um, yeah, I'm still not working here.
That's okay. We'll just let that slide. He'll be really interested in it and say, "Yes, I we have a bounty on these. Uh, this is worth 200 gold pieces if you're inclined."
I certainly don't need it.
Okay, well, we're happy to take it off your hands. And he sort of throws it, and like, because he hates the sea princes, and he just throws it off to the other side. Uh, we will deal with them as soon as we are able to focus our energies in that direction.
I'm gonna hold on to the one that I've got.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to do? You will be given horses again, or you can use the 3 horses you rode in on. Um, you still have the ones. I think there are 3 that still lived.
Aw. Yeah.
I do a few town errands I want to run, but nothing with the king.
Okay. Well, the king is happy to actually start talking about like very boring food maneuvering stuff with Hastings and supply line stuff. Um, but
It
Hastings
would be
will.
wise to acquire 2 more horses, I imagine.
Uh,
We have Gary and Scrappy and Beautiful Wind still, right?
yep. Gary, Scrappy, and Beautiful Wind. And the functionary's name is Steven. Uh, and he the board one, and he is assigned to help you guys get what you need. So um, he will take you guys wherever you want to go in the castle. Hastings will take some time to exchange, pleasantries with all of you, but also particularly with Meriwether, and let you know that your mother and father are well and your family are safe, and give you his
The
blessing.
the refugees from Woodsage, have they been well appointed?
Yes, we were able to accommodate them towards the. Let me get the map up because I cannot remember all of. I mean, they're not in the bone reach. Um,
What?
I didn't put them in the bone reach. No. Uh,
Well, not without consent.
they are in the winter ward. Uh, to the
Well, that's
north,
good.
and so are and the North District is where their Woodbridge folks are going, and the Shadow Mile is where the folks from Planton are going, and so they're funneling in refugees in, and those who can fight are being trained to go back when they can, if they wish, to reclaim their home. But yeah, and Uncle Hastings has sort of like this sort of like embarrassed look with you, Mary, like he's just sort of the uniform is it just happened.
I'm not judging.
Hmm. Well, I did not think I would care enough about this country or this king, but he has. He does good things, and he helped us when we needed it in the Axewood, so I thought I could return the favor.
That is a glowing recommendation.
And what's Meriwether's last name again?
Clark?
Okay, I was hoping it was Sanders.
Nope. Nope. It's Lewis and Clark, Meriwether,
Yeah.
Clark.
Got it. I got it. No, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, he does good things. He meant to say he did good things for the Furbolgs and the Axewood. I'm just not doing a great job
No,
of
I
acting.
understand what you're
Yeah.
saying, Uncle. I'm traveling, doing things that I never would have expected myself to do, and sometimes spending time with people I probably never would have expected to spend time with either. So, like I said, I'm not judging. I even did my hair different for meeting the king. I didn't want to put on one of those frilly dresses. It just doesn't work for my. But look, I did a different kind of braid.
Yeah, it was very nice. I will remember you to your parents when I see them next week.
Yeah, I hope they continue to do well. Thank you for passing on my good wishes.
I will. Uh, Anything else before we do town stuff that Rose needs, and then we'll pick up with leaving for the east or the west um, on our next session. Okay.
Nothing for me.
All right. What
I'd
town
like to go
things?
anywhere that there might be magical weapons if you hadn't figured that out.
Uh, if you ask people,
Actually, not magical weapons. I would prefer. Oh wait, I've already got a tuned thing. Hmm.
Do you have 3 things
you can
attuned?
have 3 attuned things.
Let me look. Where would I find that?
You're not going to find weapons. They're not. They don't allow the selling or creation of magical weapons in the city.
I was thinking,
But
like rings or jewelry that might be enchanted.
you are referred to Annabelle. Annabelle's, who was the evocation person you got the
That's where I'm
recommendation
going.
from Full
All
Care.
right, excellent. We'll go where the fucker said to go.
Okay. You go to Annabelle's.
I'll go with
Annabelle's
them.
is a much nicer store. It's uh,
Did I just lose you again?
nope.
Yeah, I
Nope.
know he just.
Just went
So
quiet.
I had
Okay.
to look at
I
the.
know.
I'm
I
like,
was like, wait, did I do it?
I lost you guys a little while ago. It took me
You'll
like,
need to fix vision on this one too.
Yep, I'm doing it. Token vision off.
how do I
Unrestricted
know
vision
what
on.
is attuned? Oh, there we go. It's got
You
that
got a
little
whole.
snowflake.
yep, it has a symbol.
Can you guys see?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this an old Eldritch Sounds map?
Yeah.
This
Oh,
is
is this
Mistress
what's her name?
Mistress Fox Magic Shop.
Mr. Fox.
Yep.
Yeah.
But for now, it'll be Annabelle's Magic Shop.
Cool.
Annabelle's. So as you enter in, you see it's set up as sort of a curiosity shop. And
Mhm.
it's not the mess of crazy like flea market find sort of stuff that you saw at Full Cares. Here you see, things are curated. There are potions in the potion area. There are scrolls in the scroll area. There are clothing items in a clothing area, and then there are several things that are kind of kept behind the counter. And although they are not behind glass, you get the very real sense that reaching behind that would be bad. Um, and there's, as you guys walk in, ding, 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 there's nobody in the room, and then floating in is a flaming red-haired gnome who is levitating to reach the tops of to the shelves and well, hello. How may I be of assistance?
Am I with you, noob, or did you go by yourself?
Oh no, we're together.
Cool. I'll just I'll say do a little bow and tip my hat and do the whole thing and ruffle the cloak and just say I am Robespierre. This is my compatriot Nuben Hammerholter.
You are
And
I imagine
very
I would go along. I don't have any reason
fancy. You are a very
this
fancy
is
man.
thank you. This is Elva and Cartha.
Oh,
Um,
hello, hello, hello. And
yeah.
and okay. Did
not to. I'm
Meriwether
eyeing
and
her.
Vela stay back?
I'm eyeing her because I did establish that Feywild gnomes are not to be trusted. So
Ooh.
Oh,
I'm watching for
no.
Fey mannerisms.
Poor gnomes.
Uh, so she starts floating downward, and then like you can't really see her
A
too well
bad
because
sign. Floating is a bad sign.
she's like lower than the counter, and then all of a sudden you hear her climbing up, and now she's standing on a stool, right here, and um, okay, well, Mr. Fancy, what can I do for you?
Well, I had a specific thing I was looking for, but I think my two colleagues are just here to browse.
Yeah, well, feel free to browse. Touching would be a bad idea. So before you go grabbing anything, let me know and I'll go get it for you then.
So I'll explain. I'll just dive in. Say.
Yeah.
So I have a friend of mine that I wanted to get a source a gift for her,
Uh-huh.
and I was curious if you had any ideas about something. I'm looking for a quiver of unending arrows. So a quiver you can pull arrows from that would replace himself automatically. Is that something you've ever heard of, or something I could get you to research?
She climbs up onto the countertop, and like as she's doing that, she pulls a piece of paper out from a drawer and sits down because you're standing up and she's sitting on the countertop.
Mm-hmm.
So, and so she pulls out like a crayon and starts drawing. And she goes, "Now there's a couple ways to deal with your problem there, sir." I'm sorry, I changed voices because I really want him to sound like Brian's mother in Life of Brian. Um, like he's a very naughty boy. Now go fuck off. So, um,
How dare you?
um, so there are two ways that I can see that you can deal with your problem. And now I've gone into like New York and I don't want it. But I'll just start talking like this. Basically, she says what I have right now on hand is a portable hole, but
Okay.
what could be done is shrinking the portable hole onto a quiver, and then you would put your hand into the portable hole and always pick out the arrows that you put in there.
Hmm.
Now, it wouldn't be never ending,
But
but it would hold so many more arrows than a normal quiver.
I think that might be a good compromise on the design. What would that cost and how long?
I came up with that idea on the break and
Sure.
did not look up the rarity of a portable hole. Um,
We don't have to settle it right now. We
yeah,
can just have that be the question.
it can be done, but it'll take a little while.
Okay.
Um, yeah. And then I'll figure it out. It's probably gonna be around 1,000 gold. Um,
Okay.
so okay, cool.
Well, I'll wait till I'll let you get official with it, and I'll make a
Yep,
decision.
cool.
Maybe try to negotiate or something.
Yeah, we can do that.
And actually, I'll just throw that in there and say like whatever price you get, I want to negotiate it down like 20%, and this will be my pitch. I'll say, well, this invention that we are collaborating on could be something big for the, especially for the king and the army. You see what I'm saying? This could be something that I think if I help you test and verify, could be beneficial to us both. So maybe we could talk that price down just a little bit. I'm just pitching for 20% reduction on whatever you were thinking.
You're fancy and a schmoozer. Um, but I like your style. All right. Uh, yeah, I'll figure that out. I actually need to go look at some books to figure what that'll allow me.
Sure.
But she can.
There's my pathetic persuasion check.
It's 14.
Still.
Uh, so anything else people are looking for in the store?
I want to look at the potions actually and find out what kinds of potions she might have.
Okay. Um, you see your various range of healing potions that you normally would see, all the way up to superior healing. That is quite expensive. Um, and then you see, um, oh sorry, supreme healing is there. You see a potion of diminution, a potion of gaseous form, and a potion of Hill Giant Strength. And
Oh,
What
does
a
that have a
coincidence.
toenail in it? I think that one has a
does
toenail
it?
in
It might. The
I
They
feel
usually
like
do.
that is something I know, and I don't know how I know that, but
Yeah, I feel like we've talked about that before, actually.
okay, that might be why.
Yeah,
It has like a sliver of a toenail or something left.
yeah.
Potion of Hill Giant Strength. Yeah, it has a sliver of a fingernail from the giant of the
Oh,
appropriate type.
fingernail. Okay, that's so much better.
Slightly less gross.
You don't know where that hill giant put his fingers.
That's true.
Whoa,
Probably in his
whoa,
I didn't mean it that way. I'm
Robin.
sorry. As it came out of my mouth, I realized it could be interpreted so badly. I'm
Holy
so sorry.
cow.
I did.
Especially if
I
he was
just thought-
visiting Boner Reach.
oh my god! I'm so sorry.
It's
I
all
need to
right.
not talk without thinking.
But that's what you see. Nearby, you see some oils and like other like kind of ointment kind of things, and so there's an oil of slipperiness, a dust of dryness, and an oil of etherealness.
What's etherealness do?
It makes you sort of enter the ethereal plane, so you are not touchable. All of these are really spendy, just so you guys know.
How spendy?
Nothing is under 750 gold, and most things are well into the thousands.
Can you explain the diminution?
Diminution makes you tiny.
That's what I thought.
And I don't remember how it works necessarily. Like, I think you go down 2 sizes, or all the way to tiny. Is that what it is? It all the way to tiny?
The diminution,
Yeah.
you reduce for. I have one of those. It's the enlarge reduce spell. Shoot. Sorry, I thought I had it. I clicked on the spell and thought it was right there, and it wasn't.
It's just the spell, so it's one size category.
Yep.
Huh. There is the quiver of Elana, by the way.
I think
The one I just put in.
didn't you put in the thing?
general.
Oh, I didn't see
Yeah.
that, but yeah, I just came across it in the book here. It's similar.
It'll hold 60 arrows
Yeah.
without being any bigger.
Yeah. I think I would allow with the portable hole thing. I would allow to go up to like 250.
Yeah, that's a nice bump.
But yeah, so that's what that does. It makes you small or tiny. I don't remember which.
How much is the potion of Hill Giant Strength?
That one's on the low end, so that would be 750 gold.
150?
750.
Oh, I was gonna say that seems cheap.
No. Gotta make a living.
I'll buy that one.
Okay.
I don't believe that actually gives a bonus to me.
No. It gives you a strength of 20.
Oh, wait, hold on. What are my attributes here?
Oh, I don't think you have a 20 strength.
I don't.
I was looking at your guys' stats the other day.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. Oh no, 21 gives you a 21. Nice. Your punches will hit really, really, really hard. While
I hate that they're all odd numbers.
Oh,
because
wait.
they're functionally
the same as the number
Yeah.
below it. Yeah, just
Yep.
make it odd for no good reason. But
Is there anything else that comes along with that other than the 21 strength?
no, that's pretty much what it does.
Because my punches come from my dexterity.
Oh.
Yeah, but that strength does help with like athletics checks, and if you need like lift something,
Yeah.
I mean, it may not be worth that much money though.
Yeah, I actually it's uncommon, so I probably did inflate the price on that too much. It's probably 500.
And Elva uses strength, but again,
Yes,
yeah,
Yeah.
it wouldn't help
but
much
it's
or help at all.
functionally no different than my natural
That's
ability.
true.
All right. I am gonna buy it. I'll figure out something to do with it.
Okay.
You could grapple someone.
500
Yep.
gold.
Done.
All right. Anything else people are looking for or want to see?
I would like a flute.
A flute. What kind of
Flute your
flute are
fruit,
you
Greg.
looking for?
Just a flute.
Oh, not a magic flute?
I mean, if there's a magic flute, it could be interesting.
Okay. I'm looking.
But really, just a flute.
I don't have anything that's not magical. Um, I could recommend you to a musician's store if you're just looking for a musical instrument.
Oh, that would be fine. You just seem to have an odd assortment of things. I
I
thought it would be
do.
worth asking.
I just don't know where the. I know it's the. Here they are. Here. The flute. That's so weird. The instrument of the bards. They don't have a flute one. I'm sure I could make one up,
Really?
but I'm not gonna.
Well, and I'm not a bard.
Right. So, no, but there's, figurines. None of them are doing the hibbity dibbity, but there's some art, you know, um, that you might be interested in. You see the figurines of wondrous power are here.
Ooh.
What do you have of a Fey origin?
Oh, I don't know off the top of my head.
And I'm watching more for her reaction than anything else.
I I would say that 75% of what's in here I've made. 25% comes from other places. So of a Fey origin.
And the things that you make are or are not
Oh,
of a Fey origin.
I am personally not Fey. Although I imagine I have some.
Insight check.
Go ahead. She's lying a little, but she's trying not to. Like she was about to say, she's pretty sure at some point a great great grandmother might have been Fey, but she doesn't know for sure. And so you can see her sort of hemming and hawing about whether or not, and trying to gauge whether or not you're going to buy something from her. And
Eyes narrow just a little bit.
okay. All right. Anything else?
And you don't sell any alcohol.
No, no. If I want to get alcohol, I go to the Naughty Carrot.
Of course you do.
They have the best rutabaga.
I'm leaving.
All right. I think
So-
that's anybody else got anything else they want to do?
The only other errand I want to run, we could even run this off stream or whatever, is I want to see how much those sending stones cost and give one to the spy master. But I want to see the price first. So
Sending stones are. I was actually wondering if you wanted to talk to the spy master.
I do, but I realize it's 10, so we
Five-
can
500
pick up there.
500 gold.
Okay, I will. It depends a little bit on what I find out about the bow, the quiver.
Okay.
But I will probably do that.
Okay. All right, we can pick it up there actually, because I'll just have to do a little research. Make sure I got all that set. We can have it with you having the conversation with Benwood, a Night Shaper. Yeah, I just saw that instead about he's a colonel. I did not think of that.
Oh, that was not on purpose. I don't
No,
even
it was
believe that
not.
for 1 second.
It was not. I didn't want to make him a general because it always made me laugh in Star Wars how somebody joins and all of a sudden they're a general. General Solo, General
General,
Calrissian, General. Everybody's a general. Uh,
Instead, he's Colonel. I still picture him just a big chicken, but
I'll
Colonel
say, I'll say, I'll
Hastings.
say, I'll say. All right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. This has been a rather uh, funny and silly day in Neil Draw night and day. Thanks everybody for making that a really fun improv session tonight. Uh, we will pick this up in 2 weeks' time. We'll do just start off quickly with some last minute housekeeping stuff here in Neil Draw, and then you guys will head off in search of the steading of the hill giants, and we will actually begin against the giants in real earnest at that point. Uh, if you're still hanging around with us this late in the night and you're not a bot and you haven't followed us, please give it a consideration. Would love to have you following just to help us achieve some goals we have. Um, Otherwise, if you enjoyed it and you don't want to follow, but you still want to find out what's happening, see us here in 2 weeks. I don't know that we have anything else planned for this week on this channel, so it'll be next week. We'll be playing on Sunday morning. We'll be playing Call of Cthulhu, or will we? I don't know that we will be. More to come on that. All right. Anyway, have a good evening,
It's a
everyone.
secret.
It's a secret because I don't know who's traveling on a vacation next week. All right. Cheers, everybody. We're going to close down the stream.